The final job done. 787 for the win as they walk away with a massive. Just been able to do this. Oh no, okay. Up against Thumbris, full squad. 15 eliminations. On fire, Kappa. Initial headshot, finding the connection. Not taking a breather at all. Thumbris going in for the finisher. And that gets the job done. With the Tatsuya Valiant dash. Not get annihilated. Will be able to frag right back. Snow 47. Beautiful exit. But Pablo on the hunt. VSK. Can he get it? Snow is in a ton of trouble.
Oh yeah, I mean, if the angles align, if covers has been taken out, he will be going down. Great glue wall by Pablo. Jumps in, P90, and the timing in there not expected by Snow. Snow, not that accurate. All you have to do is target that glue wall, and they will be out. Now, the tenacity of Zeus is being avoided, hampered by T-Rex right now. And this is T-Rex just grabbing the booyah, showing us what we are expecting on that champ.
Connection just yet. VSK in hand as Puddin gets taken down. Great glue wall set up here by Bolakan. M590 peeks around, but a great time turner. Has the Valiant dash, rushes through the glue wall, does not find anybody at all. And Drytex turns it around with the M590, but T-Rex is still there. And Drytex capable of picking up a triple. With the field now set, everything gets real from here. The FFUSC winter is heating up. Stay sharp.
Could've never faced this alone. Keep my head up and breathing low. Got my heart with the ones I know, yeah. Cause I got the bass turned up loud, and the best that I know around. Fire that we can't live without, yeah. I can't lie, I'm burning white, but my mind needs you inside. I feel this time it's on tonight, but wishing I'm not seeing light. And if I'm right, I've seen the sign. Seems like there's no more lonely nights, no. Then I guess I know that I'm feeling the fire. I can see nothing in our way when we're catching on fire. When we're both here taking the day, are you ready for fire? Cause it seems we're on the same flame, and I feel this heat in the space. Then oh, I guess I know that I'm feeling the. My brothers do the right thing, tapping on the floor. Seems like there's no more lonely nights, no. Then I guess I know that I'm feeling the fire. When I'm catching on fire. Then I feel the. Watch the clouds break apart. Are we going back to the start? Going back to the start, yeah. But I'm feeling the fire up in my heart. Don't you think that we're ready for another part? Cause I know that we're really too far from the start. Cause I know that we're really too far from the start. But I'm feeling the fire up in my heart. Don't you think that we're ready for another part? Cause I know that we're really too far from the start. And I'm feeling that I'm feeling the catching on fire. When we're both here taking the day, are you ready for fire? Cause it seems we're on the same flame, and I'm
No, first week. I gotta start this.
It's not just a bird. That's actually
It's a good thing that
Actually, it's not a bet. It's just a bet.
imagine
Okay, guys, we did it. Now it's time to break into the Telosium generator room.
Telosium, huh? The powerful and unstable energy we need.
I must say, seems like a trap.
Not just seems, definitely is.
And we're going in like this?
Of course, we need energy.
And I'm not in the mood to recharge in an outlet.
Well done. Was easier than we thought.
Every time you open your mouth, something bad happens.
Ouch. That hurt. But remember, this mouth is ours. Do you know who the cowboy is?
Not a clue.
In any case, we agree that he deserves our best treatment, right?
My friend, we'll have to agree. You gave us the best gift of all!
Let me guess. Another night of bad dreams?
Worse. Bad memories.
Hey,
Steffi, my girl, what can I get you?
I'll have the same as he has. Are you alone?
Waiting for someone.
Never saw tech like this before. It must have been expensive.
Let's say I'm still paying for it.
My guys are here. Maybe you can tell me more about it later. You're...
Leave him. He isn't a Mamba anymore.
What are you looking at, you freak?
Chill out, Alvaro. We're not here for trouble.
You know what? I might want some trouble. Is that all? A bad penny always turns up. Shrouds have no pockets. Hi, Sonia.
Orion, you were supposed to go back. Leave this place right now.
Sorry for the mess. Keep the change.
Just refresh my mind. Why should I get in the middle of this mess?
You owe us a favor.
It seems more like a never-ending debt with the Mambas. By the way, you're looking terrible.
We're fine compared to the rest of the platoon. We need to know who this guy is.
All right, better get started.
always keep them on the prize. Cause when I take a look over my life, it always go left and never go right. Yeah. You stole Lupe.
Lupe?
For you, stupid, it's Guadalupe. Lupe! What'd they do to you, girl? Shh. Huh?
Darn right. And a traitor doesn't deserve such a pretty face.
Whatever. Just shut it.
Why? You're not enjoying a little tete-a-tete?
Who's the pretty face now? Hey, you! You stole Guadalupe! Get a real girlfriend, dumbass! Not a real... screw you! I had to sprint all over town for my deliveries. I'm no thief. I just borrowed your ride for a job.
Steal this white whale van and I'll give you twice as much.
Why are you here? Funny you'd ask. Sorry, miss. Someone just stole my Lupe and I had to sprint all over town.
Yeah. Noodles won't get you out of the city, you know. If you want real cash, work for me. I know a loser could use some help.
A loser? Come on, can't you stop wasting your life with these dirty jobs? When you stop acting like your crooked dad! He was your father too, Tatsuya. Oh, was he?
The Garcia brothers. What are you doing here, kiddos?
Well, my brother here was about... Shut up, man.
Shiro, Tatsuya, you don't have to take your father's path.
It's all here.
Okay, good job. Send it to HQ. You are at a crime scene, kiddos. I'm afraid I have to detain you.
No! It's my fault, Mr. Mark. My bike was stolen, so I...
Couldn't you just call us, Shiro? Be smarter than that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, we're good?
Good wouldn't begin to describe the electric atmosphere here for the Prison Tower grand opening. The building will finally open its doors to the lucky ones.
What? I was defending you. Great job, noodle guy. At least we're not involved in that gal's mess anymore. Explosives? Thanks, but no hey!
Where's my cargo?
Ooh, no fireworks for you. The warder's got it.
I came here through the evidence room. Nothing else than an ugly bike.
Hey! Lupe is not...
What are you saying?
If that Moby Dick truck is not here, it's been taken.
Moby Dick?
Wait, you think that the whales...
Have a mole here? Yep.
That still doesn't tell us where...
The best catering companies are ready to serve delicious food for the most important...
Okay. My guys will take it from here. Stay away from that tower, losers. Mwah!
Losers. Guess what I'm thinking?
Saving the day with your fave bro to clean the Garcia's name and...
Borrow a swank car from some drunk rich people and scram.
And rich people can't hold their liquor. Yeesh.
Okay, let's beat it.
Beat it? With all these people in the building?
That is the idea. Yes.
Mr. Mark, sir, it's great you're here.
He's the crook, stupid.
Crook? No. I'm a supplier. I bring chaos, and then I provide order. Full circle, see?
We won't let you do this!
Your father said the same.
Keep my friends close, but my enemies close.
Thought we were family, but now I see that I can't trust nobody in this world. Name is my world. My life is safe, and I gotta go get this money. You wanna go this high? Well, I wanna see you try. And I lost the peace, but now I'm back. Gotta tell the story. My heart is racing, it's like
we are, right at the top of the brand new Grizzit Tower. The view from that glass terrace. What?
I used a pocket knife just like this one on your Snoopy dad. Full circle indeed. Your whole family are bad apples after all. Huh?
Supplier! How'd you like them apples?
Friends close, but my enemies closer.
What was... Did you just drop our only evidence? You're welcome.
Full circle indeed. Full circle indeed.
You two suck at following orders, but I guess losers was a bit hard. Need a ride?
Thanks, miss, but I think my bro and I need to... Tatsuya? Tatsuya!
आगे पीछे हम तो हार से सीख के खेल में बन गए चीते आसमां में उड़ गए दुश्मन रह गए नीचे बुरे के साथ चले तो मिलते फिर बुरे नतीजे अरे गिर कर रहे सीज फायर मत्थे पे देंगे शॉट फायर कैलिबर खरीदे एडमायर खाली पीली बैठे नहीं बनते ने लड़के होते इंस्पायर चेक कर डेट तेरा निकलेगा एक्सपायर चल कर गैंग रूल करे पूरा एम्पायर डेडिकेटेड रहा तभी लेविटेड इन दिस गेम बोना भी रहे हैं दिन गिन उत्तर से लेके पश्चिम पूर्व से स्क्वाड पहुंची है दक्षिण हर जगह मचेगा शोर हमसे भिड़ेगा बचेगा कौन जोन में खड़े अलोन गैंग मेरी बहुत हार्ड ना क्लोन यहाँ हम हुए पसीने में तरबतर एनिमीज जाने छुप गए किधर हार की वजह है इनका डर हम तो जीत के जाएंगे अपने घर ना करो चिंता रखो सबर छोड़ी ना हमने भी कोई कसर अपनी भी अलग ही वाइब है निकला सफर में सबका है गोल हम बाटे सोल टू सोल रुक भी नहीं सकते ये लंबी दौड़ मेरे लोग साथ मेरे मुश्किल मोड़ कहते हैं ओ जीत दिस गेम विक्ट्री के साथ सारे करे सेलिब्रेट
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This is the FIFA USA Championship 2025 Winter Edition. And into the fourth week we go as we kick off the knockout stage. On the desk, I'm Neptune the Gentleman Garcia, joined by the one and only Mustachio AJ, and we will be your casters in an English desk.
What a journey it has been so far here at FFUSC. The winter edition has been absolutely hot with the action, although it's supposed to be a tad bit colder out in here, right? We had 24 teams. We were done with phase one, which means we are left with only 18 who are going to go through the next 2 weeks of battle to see exactly who qualifies or who deserves to play in our grand finals. It's just that one day, so all of that hustle for the prize pool that we have got that we'll show you guys in a little bit. But, you know, the audience have got a question as well, Neptune. Who are these top 18 teams that have qualified?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so far, for those who are performing, even the first few weeks of the group stage, there's a lot to expect from Zeus Esports and T-Rex, as well as the returnees, which is Rosario Central. So that's like checked already on the list, and I am looking forward to what they have to offer in this knockout stage, because I don't think they will be slowing down, though there are a few who, despite putting so much of pressure, elimination, Booyah, Zeus Esports, though, I mean, they seem to have slowed down in the following weeks when T-Rex were roaming, like getting all those booyahs.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the ass whoopers up there, right? We're talking also about who has managed to hang on for their dear lives down at the bottom, because it was a heated battle. Red Eagle, out of no, they became the Red Dragons of the competition. No, they did not rebrand. They're still the Red Eagles, but they were soaring high, and they got massive points off of that day. Whether or not they made it into the top 18, obviously you guys might have gotten a peek at the graphics already, but in the grand scheme of things, you also had teams like Los Cubanos, Cuba Libre, PvP. These are the teams who were down at the bottom, who were battling all throughout the 3 weeks, not getting much, but then on that final day, on the 14th of December, you know, things exploded for some of these squads, right? And the top 18 from there has been allowed to walk into the knockout stage, which we open up here.
Yeah, definitely. And from the knockout stage, we are going to find out the top 12 who will be stepping in onto the grand final. So I guess at this point, since the cat's out of the bag already, some teams has thrown so much of tactics towards the final few days of that group stages, especially when they were hanging in the balance. I think there's no reason for them to hide strats anymore. And I'm talking about SNPT. Survivability, yes, they're doing it, but the moment that they were in there on the threshold, seems like their firepower is strong as well. So I am hoping that to see that SNPT will show us just that.
Oof. I absolutely, man. I totally agree with you. We've also got teams like Galaxy Gaming, Cold, you know, big question marks on them. And then Ozaki Esports, the team that went in week one, exploded on the competition, and then just sat back and said, you know what, we've got enough points picked up off of week one. We don't need to hustle anymore. Whether or not they survive, for some of you guys who don't know who are in the top 18, we'll show you guys a little bit later. But what is all of that hustle for? Total of $30,000 on the table, with the champions walking away with 10K.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you don't want to walk away from this in the middle of the competition. You want to go towards the end, towards the grand finals, get a chance to take a piece of this pie. Because not only that, if you step into the grand finals, you even get 1,000 at the lowest. So from 10 to 12, they will be getting $1,000, and then it still goes up. And that's what the teams will be targeting. I mean, every stage, every chance they can level up their play towards that grand finals, they would get even more.
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about the glory of becoming champions, but it's also has got to do with the livelihood of these players out there. Yeah. If you want to be pro, if you want to be full-time esports player pro, then you got to earn a living, and I think this is a great way to do that. And these teams who bring in that consistency will be rewarded accordingly. But in order to be rewarded, you get to get into the top 12. How do you get into the top 12? When you secure a lot of these 12 points. You hit the booyah, that's exactly what you walk away with the placement points. Second place gets you 9 points. You minus off 1 point for each consecutive placement down until the 11th and 12th, which gets you absolutely nothing. You buffer yourself up with those eliminations, and some teams have not just survived, but thrived with the elimination so far in the competition. Every elimination gets you 1 point, and Zeus Esports was thinking, what if we break the fourth wall with these points, man? 400 points. My goodness me. 3 weeks of thrashing everybody got.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, let's see, though. Let's see if they'll be able to replicate that, at least get close to what they have to offer, because on knockout stage, things would be different. Groupings would be different. The teams set in the groups would be different. So even the rotation of the teams would be different as well. I'm loving this tournament event right now. Knockout stage would definitely knock the socks out of some of the teams right here.
Oh, damn. Whoever who is in the lobby with Zeus Esports, you better watch out. You better not. Unfortunate, bro. They I don't know if or not they've got a solution for Zeus Esports, but T-Rex as well, you know, they're not too shabby in terms of being a dominating squad out there. 5 stars, Novatos, SNPT, Cold Esports, PvP. I mean, if you're a bottom dweller on the top 18, you're definitely going to be challenged by the presence of these two titans within your grouping. But of course, Rosario Central, we are expecting a lot from this squad as well. Maybe they're going to be that kryptonite overall as we go through the match schedule. And thank goodness me, we don't need to have a team playing just 3 maps a day. Now we are in a situation within the competition where we're going to see a team play all 6 maps within a day. Let's go, Neptune.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to this at this point. But again, Bermuda, Nextera, Solara, Kalahari, Alpine, Purgatory. The order of these maps seems like those different, it requires different gameplay would be in the middle. Solara as well as Kalahari. And then for both ends of the match schedule of this order, seems like there's still a potential of a momentum. Right? Bermuda to Nextera, yes, there's different scenery that you will have, but starting an OG map and then you switch over to Nextera, wherein it's a much comfortable hiding spot for some of the teams who are going passive. So from those groups that would be playing in there, seems like they will have a blast in those 2 maps.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, everybody is really happy that Tambris is not going to be playing in this first game. Correct me if I'm wrong, because today is the first day of our new groupings. Yeah, so we definitely don't have Tambris playing in this first game. Neptune, you and I know both how dominating Tambris is on this map. They've got 3 Booyahs on Bermuda so far, and the next one after them is Rosario Central. Thank goodness we don't have them as well. So the dominators of Bermuda are not here. Everybody else gets to play around. Zeus Esports does not have a Booyah on Bermuda so far. Maybe it's a open field out there for the taking. I don't know exactly who's going to be dominating just yet. Do you have an idea?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Tambris, you did mention they have a lot of Booyahs right here, but in current groups that we have right now, there will be a change of pace. There will be a change of direction in terms of how they are going to play this, because Zeus, T-Rex still part of this mix, A and B. So we they couldn't get away from each other. Group A from the group stage, and now the beginning of the knockout stage, they are still going against each other. So if they play similarly to what we've seen before, and they took out each other in the early parts, early engagement, there's more opportunity for the rest. So that's just the I would say the curveball that these 2 teams will have to get away from. If not, if they don't meet both like each other from the early parts, first half, then that's more opportunity for them to grab the Booyah.
Yeah, no doubt at all, man. I mean, obviously, if you look at Bermuda, you look at the teams that are playing, the top 3 teams on this map that are going to be in performance right now is T-Rex, and Exados, as well as Zeus. Zeus has got no Booyah. Sorry, yeah, exactly. Zeus has got no Booyah so far on Bermuda. T-Rex does have 1, but a whole less points than Zeus. Right? Yeah. But it's nothing to flex upon because it's just 1 point. Just 1 extra point up there makes no difference. It's going to be a very close call. Like you said, Neptune, the fact that they might just bump into T-Rex a little bit too soon could call the end of the run for Zeus Esports in these lobbies. They have to avoid their nemesis at all costs. But it's not just them, right? 787. We've seen how impressive their run has been in the competition. They've woken up. Shinigamis, little by little, they kind of showed us something towards the end alongside Fox Gaming, Los Cubanos. These are the underdogs who can still surprise us here in the knockout stage.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, talk about underdogs. So let's see on how they are going to play it out. Los Cubanos, though there's a lot of missing from the knockout stage, from the group stage, and hopefully they will be able to correct that in the knockout stage. You don't want to be at the bottom of the list once everyone's scrambling already to get all those points, and then Los Cubanos was just waiting in there at the bottom and then waiting for the opportunity to cross over. Compared to Fox Gaming, where in Fox Gaming, first few weeks, they are already rocking it with elimination. So if in case they fail, then they will still have that investment on them. Same story for Anexados as well as Novatos. So I don't know how well they are going to play it this time, because 3 weeks of all those engagement, I guess all the teams have shown everything on their playbook right now, and what they have to do is just make those minor adjustments, corrections as well, to make it even stronger.
Yeah, T-Rex, 5 stars, Novatos, obviously the ones to look out for within this grouping. Call PvP, SNPT, the underdogs. Let's see what they'll be able to pull off in this map up as well. So, best case scenario, Neptune, in this first Bermuda game, the top dogs bump into each other very early on in those rotations. I mean, sometimes luck plays a very big role in some of these matches. And then the underdogs just happen to be the final survivors, just so that they can pull away a couple of extra points. You got to take every single opportunity you get out there, because the big boys are more than capable of running away with the competition with just one solid day of play. I mean, T-Rex, remember their Booyah streaks, man. They are ruthless when it comes to that collection.
Exactly. I mean, 9 Booyahs out of the group stage. And I don't know how anyone can beat that. But we have been talking about that early parts, especially in a stretch tournament just like this. Early parts of the tournament, yes, you can grab all of those, but can you pull it off once we go into Champion Rush? So that's a one big question for teams like T-Rex, who will be defending their record, their champions right here in FFUSC. But another team would be for 5 stars, because despite of the change of rosters, they are still showing up. But compared to like Zeus Esports, T-Rex, as well as some of the teams who are grabbing a lot of buoys like Tambres and all, it seems like 5 stars are just focusing to keep themselves afloat. So I think there's a surprise factor that they can pull into the table.
Yeah, no doubt at all. I think 5 stars are definitely capable of pulling a huge surprise out here. Looking forward to seeing what they can get done. Fox Gaming is another team that we gotta have our eyes on as well, right, Neptune? I mean, Anexados, Fox, both have got very similar play styles, very similar levels of aggression and capability out there on the battlefield in order to get into the final circle. That's where the biggest challenge has been for this squad, but it's not like they've not seen that final circle. It's just the consistency isn't there, thanks to all of the chaos that the big boys bring into the competition. Let's see if they can break through all odds as we head on into Bermuda for our game number 1.
Well, talk about chaos. Seems like chaos is about to unfold at this point, and SNPT will be meeting up with PvP up in Mill High Tier Loot area, giving them more opportunity, even in a drop, to go for those elimination. But for some of the teams, it seems like they will be choosing areas down south. So Cold as well as PvP. Oh, PvP in trouble, but SNPT has lost 2 of their players already. This we're talking about earlier, and hopefully SNPT can show up, but unfortunately only Supreme survives. But there's so much hope for them to recover, because the vending machine is just right next to them.
Yeah, brilliant recovery there. Squad still stands. No elimination of the team. Revival keeping the squad in here, at least for the time being. Very early on, obviously they can choose a different drop spot and continuously farm those coins. Los Cubanos up against Fox Gaming. Very tricky. Aroa! Unable to get away from Ray. That AC-80 brilliantly played, saw an opportunity and took it.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that, it's a flip of the name. Ray reverse
Hello?
is Yar, and Yar Roa is out. Now, Pinalto right now. Ripside rhythm, Choco.
What?
Oh, what a getaway from Choco. I mean, I don't know if it's the speed or Pinalto is just off his game right now.
Yeah, I think Pinalto's off his game. Man made it through. I don't even know how those tags registered a couple of seconds later. Potentially, there was some other player on the side of Los Cubanos on a flanking position that had the connections, better line of sight compared to Pinalto. Pinalto, again, could not get away with that one. Choco with the revenge play up against Pinalto, who tried to annihilate him earlier. And Fox Gaming, as anticipated, is able to take control of the compound, and Los Cubanos out of there looking to survive.
Yeah, let's see if they'll be able to survive for long. And Excitos, on the other hand, quite chilling in Mars Electric. 5 stars would be taking Observatory, but I guess they're done with the looting and then getting into Graveyard. I don't expect that anyone would be in here. I might be wrong. T-Rex and the returnees from the previous season meeting up a little bit too early in the knockout stage.
This is absolutely poetic. We were just talking about this. This is best case scenario for every single underdog squad like Los Cubanos, who could not manage to survive long enough. Was sawn down on the ground, shut down by Mubby. Noah Thos finding this opportunity. 3-way battle. T-Rex says, hasta la vista, baby. I do not want to have anything to do with this. Zeus 2 eliminations. Noah Thos about to be in a big trouble for poking at the bear.
Well, I was surprised that Mavi managed to get away in spite of 2 going in for the chase, but he's also going against one of the players of T-Rex. So T-Rex put in so much of effort right now, but I think Pablo will be taking him down. It is John B from downtown who managed to get that AC-80 hit.
Brilliant play. 4 eliminations, all thanks to the vending machine at Graveyard. I mean, you technically find vending machines all over the map these days, but there are some compounds without it. And this is what makes the difference between a pro squad and one that's trying to catch up. Always strategizing where they go, how they rotate, so that they have a possibility to bring their buddies back in here. But T-Rex once again bumping into Zeus. David deleted instantaneously. Players dropping right back in here for that revival on the vending machine. And T-Rex looking to take command of Observatory.
Yeah, let's see now. A couple of players will be stragglers right here. And player JK, great position. Fortunately, wasn't able to get the timing on for Wasson, but Puddin going with a hit. The AWG, no chance for him to survive. And there goes a follow-up from player JK. 3 eliminations already for T-Rex. Unfortunately, they lost Pollock Harn. Let's see if they'll be able to bring him back. Vending machine is still available, and that's one reason why a lot of teams are scrambling in Observatory, especially as it is very hidden where that vending machine is, and there's a little challenge if in case you go for it.
Let's see if or not one of these 2 Titans will fall. Player JK tagged up. Beautiful drop by David. The sniper shut down with an SMG. Riptide Rhythm, no. Dabadoo exposed out in the open. The flank is there. Dabadoo still on his feet because the rest of his brothers are in the house. And Fox Gaming could not keep the pressure up. Getting the floor wiped with their faces as 5 stars drops back in here to say hello.
5-star with 5-star gameplay. SNPT though, survivability, not quite sure if they can do it, but they are still alive. And Supremo too in trouble with Darius on that AC-80 as well as the rest of the teams on the chase, but he still goes down. And Supreme for a miracle play once again on a revive at the Lightning Zone, putting T-Rex dominating this hill.
And T-Rex, this has been the meta that they have been playing so well all throughout the competition. The Bolt Maker, just making the lives of their opponents a little bit more difficult. And they definitely meet their maker in Zeus sometimes. will bring the exact same perfect play in here. But Zeus up against SNPT. Supremo just could not hang with John B. Did manage to get the one knock though. Supremo 2 from afar. Double knock. John B was on. David, brilliant plays off those glue wall. No follow-up. But yeah, you run, bro. You better not follow up, Zeus. We'll be looking to respond to that shortly.
Yeah, let's see, though. I mean, they're just chilling like a villain right now. 8 elimination, and everyone in the list of players will have a couple of elimination on them. But there's no really need to rush all those points.
Yeah.
All they have to do is just get in a better position and then spot those opponents. But SNPD getting in a little too close in plantation. Vending machine would still be the target for the team as they are still struggling and scrambling to go for revive. But none of one would be revived. So SNPT, hopefully they will find better luck this time around. For the rest of the teams, though, they are far away from the center where Anexado's just waiting.
Oh, Anexados, one of the teams that we highlighted earlier on. Definitely a mid-card player because of certain big teams in the competition, but they are very proficient at these rotations, finding the circle for themselves once again. But they will go up against their nemesis 787, who have not just bumped into them many times so far in the competition, but also put them to sleep early. This is going to be a tough one, but thankfully the zone is still kind to them. It's not going to force them to cross each other just yet.
Yeah, let's see if they'll be able to move through that zone. All the barricades, they have PvP close to it. But last time we saw these teams coming in from Plantation to Catalistiwa, it was 5 stars. Who would be a threat? But PvP this time around, I mean, early, they might look as if they are going passive right now, but every time or any chance that they get that elimination, they manage to pull it off. 6 already on the team. A little bit of email in there just to ease off all those pressure. But speaking of pressure, here comes Novados putting pressure onto Cold, and wow, would be the casualty.
Oh, Kakaroto, Buscaminaru, moving on in. Danny backing them up. Mabi's shots from afar with the Winchester. There is just no countering this play out of Novatos, and Cold is in a little bit of trouble. Thankfully, still very much early in the game. The circle not really whooping him just yet, but Mabi will. In a couple of seconds, Danny circles around. Time turner played perfectly by Darky. But Novatos and their teamwork will still get them that counter, knock, and pick up. Brilliantly played. But of course, you got to have your numbers on the rotation, and Novatos just the better one in that engagement.
Yeah, I mean, one Dani, a little bit too aggressive and not a weapon to use because Charge Buster, it takes time before you go in for full charge and make that shot. And going against a weapon that can hit you twice already, you will need to make that switch. But speaking of switch, we switch over to a different set of teams. The 2 teams that would be battling for that top. T-Rex as well as Zeus Esports, and the bridge play will need to be abandoned right now because the blue closing in and both teams doesn't want to lose that opportunity for the next one. But SNPD spotted once again by Zeus Esports. In spite of them managing to survive a little bit longer than expected, seems like they're always meeting with the top dogs.
Uh-oh, player JK, what a man, what a player. Anticipating the drop, pre-aiming, taking advantage of the drop damage, and then with a VSK, getting those knocks. But as good as player JK and T-Rex is, Zeus Esports with the recovery, instantaneous, multiple fortified glue walls to protect themselves, focusing on the pickup and recovery. Brilliant play once again by both of the top squads out here. And this is just shades of what we might be able to anticipate for the grand finals, as these teams just stop each other from rampaging in the lobby. Player JK, tag after tag. He's going to have massive damage by the end of this game.
Yeah, let's see how much damage he is going to put up. Gets 2 elimination. And needs a lot more. But Chino King survives. Unfortunately, putting was a little bit too aggressive together with Darius, with little no chance of pickup unless Bulakarn managed to go for that push. But unfortunately, even Bulakarn will be going down. Carnage overall being met by the teams of T-Rex! And a shot from nowhere, Faker not faking it. And there goes T-Rex out of the picture.
And Exados was like, wait a minute, is that just one lone dinosaur running around? Let me put an end to that. Protecting the rest of the lobby, and Exados, a timely play with the M79, the grenade launcher getting it, but can they get a battle? One up against 787, off to a fantastic start, and Brian wants to follow up, and FF90 with the Rebel Rush straight in. Brian not pulling any stops. Can he go 3 for 3? Finds another M79 danger for Brian once again. His skill has been locked by that A124. And the rest of his team members hop right back in there for the backup. And Exados fighting back. And 787 not given a chance at all for recovery.
Well, it seems like Alexados is back in play. We've seen a little bit slowdown from their second to third week of the group stage, but this is what they often do. Started off hot, in spite of all the threats that they have in this lobby. No one knows.
Oh,
6
yeah.
elimination already. And they will be silent because they will need to cross over on the next phase of the circle. Supreme, Supremo, and Supremo 2 will need to survive. They're trying their best, but unfortunate their position is always off. Now, far away from next phase of the circle, into the other team. But 5 stars, another team that might be taken away. And I'm loving this. A different team might be getting number 1 spot after all this chaos.
Brilliantly played. They dropped the jump pad, spotted out, no mercy gameplay, and Novathos cooking the lobby. SNPT victims as well. 12 eliminations, but will they be able to overwhelm this next squad? It's Zeus, 12 eliminations in hand. What's on? What a boost up towards the top. And 1887 in his hands. Bobby can disable his gameplay. Buscamineru meets him halfway. M590 not finding the connection. Great blue wall response.
There goes Buscaminaru taking down Wasson. Now he's off. David almost damaged SVD, not a weapon that you would want to use. But Pablo right now for the backup. Here comes the rest of Novathos. I think they are still in this fight. John B would not be a baby anymore. He will be taken down. And Novathos loving the aggression from the team, wrecking all the glue walls in place so that they can take down the team like Zeus.
16 eliminations. Novathos on fire. The big dogs have all been shut down. And the next one is Exados, who have not been too shabby in this fight at all. Split off towards the right. You can see Faker trying to fake his position, trying to get the flank off of Novathos, but everybody backing each other up, barricading themselves behind those glue walls, hitting the airdrop as well, unlocking it, and calling Exados to them. Kakaroto M79 play, gets it double. Time Turner pulled out as well. They hop on into his field. Faker from afar was coming narrow down, but 2 survivors on the side of Novathos, and Time Turner keeps them on their feet. And the 2v1 for Novathos is seen all the way through for a massive opener of the Booyah in the knockout stage.
You can say that again. A lot of elimination at this point, and Novathos is not playing around. Well, they are playing around, but this is something that we didn't expect from Novathos, especially with the top dogs part of this grouping, and we are loving this. Not only that, we've seen an Exados on the pop-off in there. Faker really making those shots. He even brought it on a 1v1. Just unfortunate that the pickup has been done as well before that ending. But if it came to a halt and they will be in 1v1, it would even be more phenomenal.
This is Novathos proving that they deserve to be in the top 12. They deserve to be in the grand finals. Because, you know, the inevitable is when you've got so many titans within one lobby, they're going to definitely bump into each other. When they bump into each other, earlier, we theorized that the underdogs may be able to rise up. And that obviously is a big ask. But for the mid-carders who are just sitting right below the super dominators like Novathos to rise up after the big boys have taken each other on, that's brilliant. But to play a part in eliminating the big boys from the lobby and then taking the booyah, no, that's bossman way of doing things. This is a brilliant game out of Novathos.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Novathos, and this one thing from the group stage first time that they played, I believe it's similar approach that they have taken. Though we didn't get a glimpse of how they played it, but we did get news that they were the ones rocking that first game, that first day for their group. So I believe that they have something in the bag for every instance that they will be going in hot in the beginning of each of our stage. But how hot would it be, especially with Kakaroto in there, Valiant Dash, also with Joseph Diva and Shiru into the mix. 8 elimination, but that's only, 8? That's almost half of what the entire squad has brought in. So, well, yeah, definitely deserving of that MVP.
Very interesting because Kakaroto is the rusher of the squad. He's got the Valiant Dash. He's getting into these battles. At the same time, he's got the Joseph. If you try to disable him with the A124 as he's rushing at your face, all you're going to do is give him an extra boost in speed. He's also got the Shiro on him, which has the damage delivered. As he's rushing into his opponents, obviously, he's going to be the bait that gets shot at. It's either two possibilities. He gets there, he gets the knock, and then he gives the advantage to the rest of his team members, or he gets there, he gets shot by his opponent, which gives away the opponent's positions, and then the rest of his team members just come in there to clean up house, right? It's one of the more brilliant plays of those passive skill combinations we've seen out there so far, and Novathos, they are not messing around. They know exactly what they're doing, and they are currently annihilating.
Yeah, definitely annihilating at this point. Hopefully they don't slow down, because we would want to see other teams really challenge the top dogs. And I'm loving this turn of events for the teams right here, because we were expecting that like T-Rex as well as 5-star would be part of that final battle. Even Zeus didn't survive that long, and it was left to Novathos and Anexado. So if these teams can pull it off time after time, then that would be trouble for the others. 32 massive points for Novathos.
And because, and one of the things that we theorized also did happen here, one of the underdogs being able to climb up high the leaderboard because the top teams were taking each other out. They were preying on each other. One of those teams is PvP. 13 points up the leaderboard. Currently doing better than T-Rex. Currently doing better than 5 stars. This is a fantastic start for them. Great play on the rank points. They managed to walk away with a 4th spot overall. Plus 6 eliminations, right? Not a monstrous round out of PvP. But nobody's expecting a monstrous round out of PvP, right? So this is a great play for survivability here. As long as you're in the top 12, Neptune, that's the most important thing. You get into the grand finals, you get to play for a little bit of money, and that's exactly what this next 2 weeks is about.
Exactly. And I think PvP has learned something in the last few days of the group stages wherein they would need to put up so much of effort in getting a lot of points early into this game. It's not that much, as we did mention, comparing it to Novathos or Zeus, but this is better, judging from how they played in the group stages.
Amen.
So, like PvP, even SNPT, we've seen them falling. We've seen that every time. They're putting up a fight. Placement with 6-4 eliminations, still double-digit compared to Shinigami's, Fox Gaming. Fox Gaming, Shinigamis, most of the time they go aggressive. And this time, again, they went a little too aggressive.
I totally agree with you, right? And for SNPT to step on in here, hit double digits is nothing short of a miracle, because I think if he pulled up the stats for a team that got the most number of revives, it would be SNPT. These boys were constantly roaming around, looking for those free fire coins, hitting those revives. Those vending machines were running out of revives, all right? Because SNPT was using every single one available up. I mean, we don't have a limit on those. I'm not giving you ideas, okay, Garena? Don't do that. This vending machine has run out of revives. Oh, I do not know what I have unleashed upon the world of Free Fire.
Well, hopefully they don't follow through exactly. I mean, they can change it a little bit.
It'll be quite fun if they follow through. Mankey, I know you're listening.
All right, I'm taking a little numbers right now, and I'm looking at it. I mean, revived for the team, the revived times, it's a total of 12. 12 revives for the entire team of SNPT, and we rarely see that number.
They hit a booyah, bro.
Hopefully each revive has a point, though.
They hit a booyah with the revives. Unfortunately, you don't get no points for those revives, which is, we should give mercy points, right? The survival points. This is Battle Royale at the end of the day. Give them points for those revivals. Not easy hitting those revives, getting back in here. But then again, you're going to have a team constantly on the revives, just trying to find points off of those revives. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a couple of clowns trying to do that. For the time being, there ain't no clowning around in this competition for these boys out there who are hustling to find a very decent placement within the competition before Group C does their thing tomorrow. 5 stars looking to have a better game this time around. Although in the previous one, their elimination still kept them afloat.
Yeah, let's see now. Let's see. I mean, 5 stars is one team that would be able to turn things around, but hopefully it's not map dependent. T-Rex, on the other hand, well, it started well. All that chaos, though, in Bermuda. And we keep talking about how well these teams are surviving in that specific map. But speaking of survivability, SNPT, pitying them, because they're doing it once again. So, being eliminated first in this game, not a good record, unless you're SNPD, who can survive that much. Yaroa for a hit against Bola Karn, and T-Rex meeting up against a Fox. Quite surprised as a Fox winning these games.
Holy mama, Otaku, M1887. Whoop. Darius knocked down, put in the hustle, trying to get away. Fox Gaming knows what's up, looking for the reposition, and perfectly flanked around by Garena. Problem is, put in. Just drop Otaku. Garena! Nice. Brilliant flank. Whirlpool putting down on the ground. And T-Rex challenged big time. One final survivor looking for the revival. And we actually hopped onto a different squad. 5 stars taking the pound to the boys on the side of Los Gubanos, beating them down one after the other. Boltmaker Lightning Zone called upon as well just to get the strike on Ray.
Let's see if they'll be able to get that strike. Probably just a split. And who will be bowling around? Dragon tries to go in for the slash, but Ray would be taken down. Now, Zeus, on the other hand, putting in a lot of pressure in the cold, but David lost cover. And black damage with a Winchester FGL follow-up. Pablo for a roll. Now, let's see if he will be able to stop those 2 players. Maybe not one player trying to get away. And out cold at 12.
Yeah, I mean, they played against Cold, but that was cold from the side of Zeus. What a beautiful position held in that battle. Perfect flanking position, which gave at least 2 of their players at one point of time great line of sight. Beautiful wipeout. Cold Esports never stood a chance in that engagement. 787 on the other hand, up against Shinigamis, reaping away their lives one after the other. So Will's down on the ground, picking him up. This isn't going to be a problem. Nova Tosno can play a hand in this battle, hopping on and taking advantage, but it looks like they don't have all of their players together. It's just on the other side of this river. Shinigamis will have enough time to back away.
Yeah, I mean, they're backing away, but I guess it's more preparation to the next battle, which is Novatos. But as they head in onto the edge of the circle, quite well they are guarding this vending machine, so they might be able to stack up on the points as well as the elimination once those who will need to go for a revive will be spotted. But they don't need to move that much compared to what we're seeing right now for those going against 5 stars, because they need to move a lot. Looking at how 5 stars is doing all across this area. it seems like Dabba-Doo even putting some pressure with that mini Uzi.
Yabba dabba doo! Kane stood no chance up against this caveman. I don't know if he is a caveman. Dragon! Monstrous play up on top. And Dior gives no room for a breather at all. Los Cubanos seem lost in this fight up against 5 stars. Shinigamis, on the other hand, finally bumping into Novatos and being put down one after the other. Just the duo here on the side of Novatos, cooking the Shinigami squad. Mabi, on the other hand, looking for the flank. Eliza caught between Mabi and Kakaroto. Kakaroto close to get the shutdown, but Mabi from afar. VSK supremacy. Shinigamis left with one final survivor.
Loving the coordination from the side of Novatos at that point, and we were expecting the Shinigamis would just wait for Novatos to step in, but the rush is in there. Potential of 1v1, but if I'm not mistaken, Boko MVP would be in a wooden fight if in case they meet, because they still have that weapon on him. But Anexados, though, will be saying goodbye, well, a couple of players, as they meet up with Zeus Esports. But David, well, jumping into the vending machine, still in the tight spot, tight groupings. And
what? Can you see them rushing towards that vending machine to see who can get the revive first? That's ridiculous on the side of Zeus Esports, right?
You know
I mean,
why?
yeah, teamwork. Yeah, tell me.
Because that one guy who needs to revive keeps saying, help me, help me. So they want that to stop.
Just shut up, bro. We're coming, man. We're coming. Just help me. Help. Ray flanked. Stood no chance, Novatos. Initially on the flank around, Novatos never even expected to find Ray out in the open. Ray could have punished the final player off of the side of Shinigami earlier, but chose to play survival, and he lost out on that opportunity to at least collect a bonus point. That would have ended the run of Shinigamis right there. But instead, we see the end of Los Cubanos.
Yeah, definitely. Los Cubanos being taken out a little bit early, it is quite expected. They are not that much of a threat.
Oh
but
my.
Right now, speaking of threats, Novato seeing Shinigamis once again. And Eliza, the only one remaining at this point. This might be it. I mean, it was just delayed, but it is bound to happen.
Oh, that's a GG, man. I mean, Shinigamis just can't catch a break. Novatos, great angles played. Eliza just hoping and praying he gets to survive quite far away from the vending machine. And Novatos just don't want to stop just pursuing him all across the map. Fox Gaming, on the other hand, Garena will find yet another off of SNPT, who on another revival spree have managed to get right back into the game.
Well, let's see. I mean, spotted once again by the teams being hunted everywhere. And I don't know. I mean, SNP, I guess they heard me when I say that they have some firepower in them. Now they still want to play that survivability game. Okay, I get it. You know, you want to hide your strat, but I guess I want to see more from SNPT, because for final days of the group stage, they showed up with a lot of elimination.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, SNPT was insane. But, you know, sometimes we just kind of find lazy people like you and me, Neptune. You know, procrastinators. Yeah, we'll get, we know we can get the points. We'll get it later. We usually do.
Yeah.
That's SNPT. Cars on fire. Supreme, though. Still with the survival play. The rest of the team members, SNPT, once again with a full squad revival, staying in this matchup. Shinigami's up against Fox Gaming. Fox going in for the invade before waiting for the rest of the team members to arrive. And Yarowa with the FGL punishes, in fact, burns down Sir Wills. Fox backing away here as SNPT also arrives at the scene for a little bit of a battle.
Let's see, though. I mean, PvP would be on the other side if they decide. But Garena! I'm not talking about the brand. I'm talking about the player. He is on fire right now. Fox Gaming with 12 elimination. Now, SNPD would still be in the fray in Plazaria, But on the other side, a battle where Novados would need to win if they want to get that booyah once again. It's 5 stars in front of them, and they are feeling the pressure.
Oh, Mabi outside the circle, but he's in the perfect flanking position. He wants to catch the players of 5 stars off guard. Kakaroto has split off towards the right all alone. He's got the AC-80, great gun. But Dragon has got the exact same gun for the Punisher. But Mabi, as expected, with his position almost puts a lot of pressure on the side of 5 stars, continues to do so. Dior pressured back. Buscamineru won't be able to take the flanking position from the back of 5 stars. And Novathos tanking the blue. Sure as hell, making the lives of the 5 stars players a little bit miserable with this play. Eliminating them in the 10th spot. You gotta love it, Neptune.
Yeah, definitely. I'm loving this. Great position coming from Mabi right there, putting so much pressure. And because of the elevation, as well as the blue placement, you would expect that someone would be in there. Though it's still early. Second to the third phase of the circle, not so much of damage. We didn't even see any damage in HP of Mabi from that situation. But binoculars on them. It might be Zeus Esports who might jump against them, but onto the edge, I guess no one would take that risk.
Yeah, but you also have to acknowledge the fact that they are playing on the meta, right? Definitely those team boosters are there. Definitely able to tank a little bit of extra time outside the blue, all thanks to the team boosters. Usually in Battle Royale, 2 players are bringing in those team boosters. They've activated every single buff possible, you know. And that's exactly what Novathos has done before getting into this stage of the fight within this lobby. 10 minutes in, 9 squads left here, 35 players on the map. And Novathos, I think they still have got enough defensive compound to edge on into as the next circle appears. 787 up against Zeus on the other hand, very close to each other. Possibly, there might be a case here where 787 gets baited out by this ad drop.
Oh, let's see if that would happen for side of 787, but for T-Rex, something is happening despite of not getting that elimination. They are putting down Anexados and 4 points as quickly as that. But Joko putting so much pressure, and SNPD still at it, going down, giving points to everyone they meet. But won't be surprised if we will see a full revive, or not at least half a revive from SNPT. 8 teams remaining, but no! Oh, what? Supreme, once again! I don't know what's happening in this universe anymore.
Garena, just give them those revival points, all right? SNPT, hustling, trying to survive, playing the game the way it's supposed to be played.
Oh, yeah.
They're not getting the eliminations. You know, it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but you're still surviving. That's important. But now 3 points up in the air, and everybody is fishing in the skies, looking for those bonus points, courtesy of SNPT. Bolakan looking to take even the reviver out of the equation here. T-Rex very tame in this lobby. Only 4 eliminations so far.
Well, let's see. 4 elimination. Not for sure, probably just because the rush that they went in earlier that caused them to go down easily. And they will need to slow that down. If they want to dominate this group stage or this knockout stage, they will need to slow down. Make sure that they find that final circle. But speaking of final circle, SNPD, not in play, but stepping into the area of responsibility of Novathos, and that might be it for Supreme 2 and Supremo 2.
They've got the circle though. Novathos burning them down one after the other. There's still a vending machine here. Neptune, Supreme! Not just yet, you guys. Not just yet. SNPT hanging on. Oh, how many coins does this man have? Deep pockets. That's the kind of friend you want in your life.
Oh,
no. No matter what, brother, I got you. Dinner is on me. Fox Gaming, on the other hand, massive game. And they backstab Novathos themselves, who have been giving everybody else a rough time. One turnaround. Yaroa down on the ground, but Fox mowing down Novathos.
Definitely Novatos needs a little bit of nerf, needs a little bit of pressure, and it is Fox Gaming who's bringing it to them. 19 elimination in the fourth phase of the circle. Lightning Zone would be on them, and they will need to be cautious. 787 being there on the other side, waiting for anyone to step in. But Shinigami's stopping. Not stopping to go against PvP, but Blue might be hurting them in a bit. So
Yeah,
let's see
man.
if they'll be able to find heat. Not the heat that they are expecting.
No, SNPT, I tell you right now, I'm a big fan, all right?
Oh, yeah.
There will be one day where SNPT is whooping this whole lobby alongside those eliminations, and we're going to go crazy. T-Rex, though, can't survive for long. They try, but the Riptide Rhythm even breaks down their defense. There's no pickups coming through for them. The rest of Zeus about to face the exact same situation. Shinigami's down. T-Rex still hanging on with two more survivors. One of them, Bolakan, getting that knock. Pablo circling around. BSK in hand, can't do anything up against PvP. Heat bringing the fire to them. 787 stabbing them in the back. PvP disabled as they engage with Zeus.
Yeah, 5 teams remain at this point. Zeus Esports slowly rocking this game. Now, pressure would be on the right side, but Puddin and Bulakarn still moving in, and Zeus Esports has a great opening for everyone that would be forced out by the circle. L Gang from PvP, not even surviving that fall in PvP, would be eliminated in 5th.
19 eliminations strong. Fox Gaming devouring this lobby this time round. You never thought that Foxes would be more aggressive than a bunch of dinosaurs, man. Now you know. This is not Animal Planet, but we give you the good stuff.
Oh, let's see. Zeus Esports right now. I mean, they're not falling down. Still rocking it like gods. And John B and M79 nade onto Choco, melting the guy.
That is not Animal Planet friendly. Grenade launcher to a Fox. Grenade as well to torture him. Fox, one final survivor, make that no survivor, and with the M79, Zeus Esports still shows who's the gods of the lobby.
Yeah, they might have loosed out earlier, but they are on a comeback. And John B would be in there taking lead as an MVP of that game. Zeus Esports, when we thought they will be resting, they says, nah, we're here to bring that fight to everyone.
What a stupidly good game that was, Neptune. It was fun all throughout from the start to the end. We got everything that we have been looking for and we have been looking forward to in the competition. I thought we needed to wait until the grand finals. Hell no. We are opening up the knockout stage in itself in the most explosive way possible. And this is just absolutely brilliant, man. Zeus Esports waking up towards the very final part of the lobby, but Fox Gaming staying awake throughout the whole lobby. We saw brilliance out of Novathos. We saw the survival capability of SNPT. So many things happened here on this lobby of Nextera.
Well, let's see if this is something that lead Zeus Esports take over that #1 spot and take it away from Novatos. Because even Novatos has managed to pull off a lot of points from that engagement, so it's not easy. So the difference of their position towards that final circle is different. So Novatos might still be on #1 spot, but we've seen how Zeus managed to pull it off. Fox Gaming definitely catching up in that fight.
Yeah, I wonder how many placement points SNPT got after those massive revives, staying along, alive as long as possible, barely getting any of those eliminations. And I do agree with you, Novatos picking up massive eliminations, but clunking out early. So we got to look at the leaderboard later. But John B, my God, this fella, 8 eliminations, 3 assists. The M79, the weapon of choice, has the Alvaro on his side, has the Boko, has the Suzy, and just in case he cannot annihilate your glue walls with an M79. Or actually, as a matter of fact, to be a little bit more efficient with the M79, he tags you up, damages you, stops you from putting up more glue walls, and then annihilates you with the grenade launcher.
Yeah, I mean, that's great way of using that Nero, because we've seen some, like if they don't have that Steffi, they just time that nade and they would hear that coming to them. But no, not in the sights of that of John B from that moment. But to be a moment, final moment on the final 3 teams battling. I'm looking at the numbers as well. I couldn't let it go. SNPT has managed to beat their record from the first round. Earlier it was 12 revives. Now it was 15. Now,
What?
When it comes to SNPT, there's different records that they're breaking.
SNPT is on a roll. Look, SNPT, we love you. You guys have definitely got our attention already. But it's time to bring in the eliminations, right? Because, I mean, you saw the stats for their revives. I saw the stats of their placement points. Even though they got 15 revives, they only walked away with, if I'm not mistaken, 3 placement points, which is ridiculous, SNPT. We need more out of that. I mean, you can't be bringing in 15 revives within the first circle in itself. It's not going to make a difference. I mean, if it's throughout the game, deeper into the circles, and then it still gets you a bunch of placement points, I'm going to be really happy with this, right? But we can't blame SNPT. It was a torturous game. It was a torturous lobby for them to play survival. They did survive long enough, but bloody hell, so many other teams surviving along with them, Neptune.
Yeah, I mean, that would be trouble for SNPT. And they did manage to put more elimination in Nextera compared to Bermuda. That's one thing for them. So 5 elimination versus the 4. But I do agree, the numbers still need to move up. And it's not just the placement point anymore. They will need to fight back. But how? How can you do it when you have a team like Zeus Esports who can bring 16 elimination from that game, as well as Fox Gaming with 19? Novito's not far behind. I mean, total of 19, and in spite of them not making it, like being eliminated early, not taking that final circle against Zeus Esports, they will still rock that #1 spot.
Yeah, beautiful, man. I really love the fact that Novatos got massive numbers of eliminations before getting taken out. Unfortunate that they don't get many placement points, but this is nothing that they cannot recover from, because they still have got the firepower, which means in the other lobbies, they're not going to be dwelling somewhere down at the bottom, just purely depending on survival. SNPT, you know. But even SNPT, even through all of the survival, couldn't really get a lot. But like you said, just because they spent a little bit extra time out there on the battlefield, they did manage to walk away with slightly more eliminations, right? But we're not just looking for a slightly business here. We're looking to see who can really shake up the competition. And little by little, we are getting there. I mean, FFUSC knows exactly how to tease these Free Fire fans, because we're looking at an inevitable situation where, for example, in this lobby, Zeus cannot run away from T-Rex. And because of that, they're just not able to farm the lobby that they usually do. And then later on in the grand finals, when we add on teams like Tambris into the mix, that is just going to be brilliant Free Fire action, Neptune.
Yeah, let's see though on how that's going to turn up right now. But for now, 2 games down. 4 more to go. We're going to go for a quick break. When we return, different set of groups will be joining Group A. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, Survivors. This is the Free Fire USA Championship 2025 Winter Edition. Today is day one of the knockout stage, and obviously it has started off in the most explosive way possible. We are both delighted. My name is AJ. I'm the Mustachio, down here with the one and only Neptune, the gentleman Garcia, your casters for the competition. And we are making our way towards the grand finals. The grand finals is a one-day affair. We have got the top 12 teams, only 12 spots available, 18 teams still alive and kicking. We have just concluded 2 matches off of groups A and B, and this is where Group B takes a little bit of a break. Now the matchup between Group A and C. Again, every single team will play it all throughout the day, but only 4 matches per group, Neptune.
Yeah, definitely. And there's one thing. We still have Zeus that would be introduced in this game. Novatos would be sitting out. But speaking of the 2 teams I just mentioned, both of them like close to getting in or halfway through to getting into 100 point with just 2 games. And
yeah, man.
When you did mention about grand finals, that's what everyone needs to do. Get close to that 80 points, get close to champion rush condition, and they know how to rock it.
Yeah, I think no doubt at all. They may know how to rock it though, but with the combination of this deadly cocktail of monsters in a Battle Royale lobby, this has turned out to be one of the best dramas we have seen in a long time. FFUSC has got so much of talent to offer out there who are just top tier stuff, right? I can't wait to see them in combination, in engagement with the other regions very, very soon. But for the time being, there are certainly some super dominators of these lobbies. And because there are so many of these super dominators, you get to see them slice and dice each other, taking each other out of the equation early, giving the other teams a chance not just at survival, but some points in terms of eliminations.
Well, let's see if this is something that Group C will have to offer, because we're welcoming back Rosario Central, Tambris Esports, E7 Empire, Team Blue, Galaxy Gaming, as well as Red Eagle ACD. And we know that Rosario Central has those fangs that might be able to bite through the ones who played in from Group A. But Tambris Esports, you mentioned this earlier on the beginning of the show, wherein they can rock booyahs, but it's just unfortunate that they will be missing out on Bermuda. So let's see if they'll be able to make it on the next map, which is Solara.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I cannot wait to see what Tambris has got to offer the competition. Because, again, now Group B takes a little bit of a break. You mentioned T-Rex kind of going to sleep, 5 stars kind of going to sleep. But we will have the engagement between big squads like Rosario Central, Red Eagle Sport. Now, I wonder what kind of Red Eagle we're going to get this time around, right? Because all throughout the group stage, Red Eagle, they slept on the competition. They didn't do anything. Unlike Ozark. Ozark did something on week 1 and then did nothing. Red Eagles they attended the match. They tried to do some stuff. Nothing worked out for them. And then on the final day, they went berserk. Which version do we get today? I would love to see that. But from Team A, you know exactly the teams who have been in participation as well as dominating so far. Zeus Esports, not so much, but Fox Gaming, holy mama, where did that one come from? But of course, even though Fox Gaming did perform one game really well, Zeus just had the consistency as well as the booyah on their side.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a couple of things, a couple of factors that you would need to be able to get a lot of points in there. But going back to your point for Red Eagle ACD, this is one thing I would say about them. Better late than absent. Better late than absent. I mean, they were late in party, getting into the top 18. That's what my mom would say.
But I was still absent. That's how I started playing video games, and then I got this job. Yeah.
Good on you.
Don't take advice. Don't take life advice from the Mustachio, all right? Battle between A and C is going to be an epic one. I expect the teams to now have a little bit of breathing room. Zeus Esports, they have been suffocated initially with the presence of T-Rex. They could not go crazy in the lobby, but they still managed to find decent points off of this lobby. Novatos was doing really well there as well, and they are going to be taking a break. So Zeus Esports can have a little bit of room to play out there. But then again, you've got, like you pointed out earlier as well, a little bit of pressure that Tambris can bring into the competition that could just shock the entire world. E7 Empire, I think they were a very, very big difference maker in these lobbies as well. That just like 787, they have the capability to just rock you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's one thing that they are bringing to the table right now. But let's see if Solara would keep that sword. Because looking at the numbers, even Tambres didn't put so much of fight in Solara. It's like probably it's because of the new map. A lot of teams are showing up in Bermuda, Purgatory, especially Kalahari. But in Solara, they're still making the adjustment. And it has been released for quite some time. So for those of you who are planning to play on next FFUSC, better play every map. Don't choose specifics. Don't choose a specific map and hopefully get better at them, because that's not what the numbers are showing right now when we look in Solara.
So earlier, Tambris, who had 3 booyahs on Bermuda, was not playing. Now, T-Rex, that has 3 booyahs on Solara, is not playing. Okay? The day is going on well. This is not scripted. You cannot write a script as good as randomness can. And this is as random as it gets, and it is hella entertaining. Now that the dominators of Solara, T-Rex themselves, are taking a break, the rest of the teams have got a little bit of an opportunity. Again, this is where Zeus can shine, because they're the next best team on Solara. They don't have their Kryptonites playing in this lobby. They don't have to kind of worry about too many teams. Maybe a couple of those squads out there that they do have to sort out. Red Eagle, they have to hope and pray that, you know, they don't show up in their final day form and they go back to being dominant in these lobbies. They just need to sort out Tambris. Maybe then they can have a monstrous game.
Yeah, let's see if that is the story that they will be following. But another thing that has unfolded from the group stage is 787. Like getting that their 1 booyah in Solara. Same goes with Fox Gaming. So if Fox Gaming can get a booyah plus the elimination similar to what they've shown earlier, then they would be taking over Zeus Esports as easily. Difference between them is not that far. So it's 48 against 31. Yes, it's 17, but that 17 can easily be done by Fox Gaming in just elimination if Zeus Esports will be taken out early.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Fox Gaming is not great when it comes to the placement points, but the eliminations has been very impressive. 787 Esport, 29 points after 2 games. They've got an average of around 14.5 points, right? Let's just say they've got an average of 15 points. It's actually very decent to make it into the top 12, to make it into the grand finals. If 787 can keep this up, they are not going to have a problem whatsoever sneaking into the grand finals, playing for a little bit of money. But it is going to be difficult, like you pointed out already. The challenge that is going to be brought in here by the other teams, obviously going to give them a run for their money. Rosario Central in a very early drop.
Well, I guess there's one thing. If they go for an early drop, someone would probably drop the ball in a bit. We're going to pause the game for a moment, guys. Hang on. Not quite sure if there will be a remake that will be happening, and this will not be the story that we are going to see right now. But we just want to make sure that everyone would be on point, like on par, device-wise, internet-wise, so that they can play a better game. And we don't want anything similar to what we witnessed from the first few days off the group stages. We're missing a few players. We're missing a few teams. So we want everyone to be part of this mix.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think it's a waste if we don't sort this out. And we are going to make room for this, right? If any player disconnects in the early parts of the game, we're going to try to remake the lobby as best as possible, just so that we give all of these teams a chance to fight for their placement on the leaderboard. You know, unless, of course, one of the team does not show up on purpose, then that's a different story altogether. These players are all there. They're trying their best to get into the lobby, so let's give them the chance. Obviously, if we wait a couple of extra minutes for the match to start, you know, nobody's going to be losing their life. So even if you do, SNPT will revive you. Okay. They have been on quite the run, man. I can't wait to see more of the magic of SNPT. But you know what? As we move on in the knockout stage, there's not a lot of opportunities that you get, as each week of play gets you 12 games, right? So it's not too bad, but it's still pretty limited.
Yeah, I mean, definitely limited. And I don't know. I mean, I'm still in that fury that SNPD is pulling our leg.
Yeah.
They can fight back. They will fight back, but not just yet. Not in the group stages, probably not that much in knockout stage, but in the grand finals, if they keep this up, like move up, just maintain the top 12, regardless of who is going against them. And we've seen that. I mean, Zeus Esports, T-Rex, as well as Rosario Central. Let's include 5 stars in the mix as well. They managed to go against them. At some point, they're winning some of the engagement. We've seen some players from SNPT. I don't know which one because they the names are quite the same. Supremo 2, Supreme, whatever. But they can rock it in the CQCs. They just don't want it right now.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. I don't think they want any bit of the heat right now. They don't want to pull unnecessary attention to themselves. But the fact of the matter is they've been able to survive deep into these lobbies and play that revival, which is so rare to see off of the other squads. They're getting so much of coins. They know exactly where these vending machines are. They are preparing for a whole other battle. They are preparing for a whole other war. Everybody thinks this is the war. SNPT is 10 steps ahead. They're trying to figure out, wait, this is a damn difficult lobby, all right? We've got superstars in here. We've got monsters in here. We've got the monsters, kryptonites, and even the kryptonites are trying to get us. We got to figure out a way. And SNPT is on that journey to do exactly that. We're going to take a quick short break here as we try to sort out this technical issue. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The action will continue in a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, and thank you for your patience. We are now off to start this third game of today, and so far, teams are excited. We are excited. The viewers out there are excited, so hopefully we're going to see a banger of a show. Once again, for those who are just joining in, Group A has played 2 maps already, and they continue for the remaining 2 maps. And we are going to see Group C right now rocket for the next 2 games.
Absolutely, man. Can't wait to see the teams of Group C hop on into the fray. Los Cubanos, such exciting play from them on the final day of the group stage. We were hoping and praying that they were going to be able to make it through and show us a little bit of what they're capable of doing here in the knockout stage a little earlier, right? Because the awakening of Los Cubanos came towards the tail end of their group stage, and it was very exciting to see them participate in a majority of those engagements where they actually walked away with a decent number of elimination points. Now they hop on into a lobby, but the problem here is you're still going to have your super dominated Zeus Esports. We talked about how the Kryptonites as well as other monsters are taking a step aside. They have to worry about Tambris as well as Zeus, but that doesn't mean Los Cubanos cannot pick up some decent points, right? As long as they can stay on the same par up with teams like 787 and Exados, they should be able to pull off a decent one here.
Yeah, let's see though if they can pull this off. As we saw that flight path that's coming from the south to the north, and a lot of teams are dropping in early. Red Eagle right now might be meeting up with the Fox, and you know how it is, despite of how high you can fly, Fox Gaming will hunt you down. Now let's see what Red Eagle is going to bring in onto studio. This is where the drama begins for the team.
If they get their butts whooped right here, right now, I'm going to have questions, all right? Because Red Eagle, on that final day of the group stage, they were... they were something else.
Oh, yeah.
Up against Fox, who have had a great start to this engagement because they carry the momentum of that previous matchup here. Garena, the star player, Parafal in hand this time around. Finalto! And it looks like Los Cubanos still has it. Fox Gaming still hasn't found that initial connection just yet. Tambris on that revival. Looks like Cole gets a couple of Cole knocks onto the Tambris players. And the Reva is keeping Tambris hanging on. The pressure, not wanting any bit of this. Red Eagle goes for a long flank. This might catch Yaroa off guard. Otaku trying to protect his brother.
Yeah, let's see though, Otaku. It's a good thing that they have Overwatch right there, and Fox Gaming has a good advantage, but not Garena. He'll be taken down. Red Eagle, this is the version that we want to see, but Revive is pulling through. But Otaku would be going down. Yaroa for the fight. 1v1 with a great one. Unfortunately, Minute Uzi will be pulled off. But the shot from the other side. Choco, the only one remaining at this point. And 11 plays Rosario Central. Not what he expected.
Well, that's one Titan down. A few more to go. Fox Gaming still alive and kicking Habichuela. And it looks like I've got my answer already. Red Eagle, the sleeping monsters of the lobby. They have awakened in the competition and they continue on with the pressure. Zeus pulling in those revivals as well. Chrono found. 787 can't get the finisher. E7 trying to crawl away from this battle against Zeus as well. So much happening in this lobby as Blue takes the lead with 6 eliminations.
Let's see. I mean, King managed to revive one of the players, and they do have 3 elimination already. Tuck, well, not the one who will be hunted at this point, and he will be hunting a little bit of a Los Cubanos. Now, speaking of hunt, was on right now, M1873, or M1917 rather, double revolver.
Changing the year of the makeup, bro. Trying to put a fast one on there, everyone.
That's how it is. When you get old, you get confused. I'm not even alive at that point, and I don't know what's happening.
Many pistols in my life. They have come from many different generations. Great. Beautiful nade. What a toss. Oh, right outside the door. Beautiful flanks coming on through. Level 2 MP5 as well. Allen Finalto punished as Duck shows up from the corner, but Kane with the PSK from afar, the Punisher. Even the time turner does not allow them to save Allen. That's a great follow-up on the side of Los Cubanos.
What a great game of Duck Duck Goose. At that point, they didn't even know who was the goose. Now, it is Kane right now who will be putting someone to pressure, but giving opportunity for the revive to happen. Allen will be back and jumping straight into the enemy's clutches. Now, Kane would be worried because the pinch is about to happen.
Yeah, but Kane's main intention there was to pull away the attention, get a couple of eliminations in the same process as well, and he has done exactly that. And the person that he had eliminated, Allen, coming back here for the revenge, and will get exactly that thanks to the Bison in hand as he dropped back into the matchup. Blue with 9 eliminations. My goodness me. Talk about the awakening of some teams within the competition. We were expecting to see the improvement from season into season, but we are seeing it within the same competition itself week after week. You gotta love it, Neptune.
Oh, yeah. I'm loving it, especially this version of Red Eagle. I guess this is the answer that you were asking for. 4 elimination already on them, and they are on a roll. They know exactly what needs to be done in final days of the group stages, and they're still rocking it, carrying it over into the knockout stage. But hopefully they will be cautious, not too overconfident, because some teams can go for survivability despite of how well they go in or how well they take them down in the beginning. But that's what I'm talking about. You need to be careful.
Yeah, man, absolutely. On the slide race, like you said, information will be given to your opponents who are on the opposite end. And they took great advantage of that information. Zeus will be able to spray one down, following it up onto Renneking as well. But the pickup is instantaneous. Red Eagle up against Zeus Esports. If Red Eagle gets to walk away with this one, the victors of this battle, they can definitely make a name for themselves. Great play here out of Reyes. AC-80, but was on with the flank, and he dodges right behind his blue walls, barricades himself in once again, but the follow-up by John B shuts down the chances of Red Eagle Esport in this lobby. But I have seen what I needed to see, Neptune. Red Eagle is alive.
Yeah, they are alive. They are flying, but not too high for the moment. Let's see if they can do it once again. I mean, again, it's the rotation that they need to think about. The aggression as well as position from what we've seen earlier for Red Eagle was good already. But the rotation, they need to get away from the clutches of either Zeus Esports, T-Rex, Fox Gaming not, because they managed to beat them down earlier. So let's see if they can pull it off. But for pulling it off is Anexados against 787, and 787 would be in trouble. A couple more players right now, and only one who's doing a number on them.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was initially 787 with the knock, the pickup, and the instant response from Anexados, ripping away 3 players from the side of 787. Forcing them to play the game of revival and to turn tails, running away from this compound. Unbelievable play. Stambris getting a little bit of revenge as well, as they spotted a couple of Los Cubanos players out there on those knocks. We have started off this lobby for sure. Los Cubanos down and out. Earlier we said Red Eagle is alive, but they sure as hell are not in this lobby. But you gotta love seeing how some of these teams have really woken up in the competition. Just like Fox Gaming and Shinigami's. Fox a little bit more than Shinigami's. But let's see if or not Shinigami's can show us what they're made of here as well. The Steffi pulled out at the perfect timing there to avoid damage from all of these lethals tossed in.
Oh, but unfortunately, Poco MVP doesn't survive. Evens are wills. Now, Delon would be alone, and Neil is there right now. Well, he might be pushed out by Fox Gaming. They are mad. And unfortunately, they won't be able to see any of Red Eagles for revenge. So they put in all that pressure onto a different team.
What a terrible mistake there by Shinigami's, using the Steffi and then stepping outside of the Steffi circle. I mean, what's the point of bringing in a skill that's going to protect you from those grenades if you're going to use it and then step away from the defense it provides you. I cannot believe they just made that mistake, and obviously Fox wasn't going to forgive them for that.
Yeah.
Pelting them down with those nades. If it works, why in the world will I not use it, they say. Anexados up against Zeus this time around, though. Anexados performing great earlier on, enough to pressure Zeus back as well. You got to respect Chino King off of that, but the numbers have dwindled down. Zeus, one final shot. Chino King out of glue walls. No more defenses, but still punishes John B before getting eliminated. Anexados, what a play. Just as impressive. I cannot believe what we're seeing out here in this lobby, Neptune. So impressed.
A lot of teams, a lot of players waking up, but they are being put to sleep by Senna Top Dogs. And Top Dogs would be Zeus Esports. We've seen that from Red Eagles, and Red Eagles would be the one being put out by Zeus Esports. So if this continues, though, it would be difficult to get away from some of these top players, top teams. So they will need to think of something just to make sure that they can stay afloat in this competition. But speaking of staying afloat, we have Tambres right now, who I believe has seen less engagement. They're just aiming for position as well as placement point, and they are ready into the next phase of the circle.
Fox versus 787 is going to be a big battle before either one makes it into the next circle. Like you said, Chrono tagged up already. Fox looking menacing. One player down on their side. Otaku picked it back up instantaneously. Domi with the flank. He's got the high ground, but that does not provide a positional advantage to the side of 787 just yet. And Dinoculus used up as well by the side of Fox Gaming. They know exactly what's going on there on the opposite side of the field, and they do what's necessary for survival. They disengage. They try to flank around from the other side, avoiding engagement, but now turning around to see if they can take advantage of the slide rails used up by 787, but the snipes ain't connecting just yet, and they try to assume position to go in for the backstab.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're getting the angle. We're in. They have aligned themselves with that slide rails, but 787, well, I know Chrono has a time turner when it comes to skills, but this Chrono has a tail turner, and they are turning it around as well against Fox Gaming. Not quite sure what's happening with Fox Gaming because they failed against Red Eagle right now. They still are showing aggression, but 787 is not being put down as expected from Fox Gaming.
Yeah, I think both teams had the exact same thought, right? Okay, we got to disengage. We got to, just follow the curve of this circle and take the outer ranges in towards the next safe zone. But what was the difference maker there was 787 has got the slide rails on their side, which allowed them to rotate faster, cut off the flank, and obviously pressure Fox Gaming, who did manage to still rotate around, bump into blue, shutting them down one after the other. But Revival coming on through. Duck still messing around with Fox Gaming, but he's taken on a 1v4, which is just not healthy for the squad, and the rest of the survivors sitting ducks up in the air.
Yeah, let's see, another bird being challenged by Fox Gaming. Earlier it was Red Eagle, now it is Duck and Blue. Well, Duck trying to play that round of getaway, still managed to do so, and it is quite amazing. M82B plus BSK use that Nero to track the enemies, but he is also in the crosshairs of Yaroa with that Winchester. So hopefully these teams will be able to pull away, because a few more would be jumping into fray, especially when next phase of the circle has shown. And there you have it, far away from both teams.
That was a bloody big brain play out of Blue, hitting the ground, making sure they found the highest point on the map. Therefore, their feet touches the ground faster. They get to respond to those engagements a little bit faster, but luck is not on their side. The next circle on the opposite end of the battlefield, but the blessing is UC Sports engaging with 787. This might just be the encounter that takes the big dogs out of the fight early. Duck with a shot onto Garena from afar as well. Multiple battles out there. John B smashing 787 with those nades. Was on fighting Domi. Chrono, the final player, on his feet. David trying to get the job done with the M590. Time turner saves him for the time being. And the backstab. Chrono drops him. John Zombie takes Chrono out. 787 is done, but Fox Gaming now taking the fight to Zeus.
As Zeus Esports right now will need to bring their teammates up. Unfortunately, there's no time. 11 elimination and a few more. Zeus seems like they are being nerfed, and it is Fox Gaming who is doing them that damage. Belrojo will need to be picked up right now. E7 Empire with 5 elimination. The Empire is still alive, but Emperors might be going down in a bit. Especially if all the pressure from all sides happens. It's Tambris as well as Blue who's getting close, and Fox Gaming would be taken out.
Blue looking for the miraculous booyah. Can they pull this off? E7 up against Tambris next here on the plate. E7 doesn't have the numbers, but if they can get the damage done, then Blue can steal this booyah away. It would be a miraculous run for them, a miraculous lobby for sure. QK Lever, but 9 will find one player off of Blue. That's just a knockdown just yet. No eliminations, but 9 will confirm it with the M82B. Tambris, on the other hand, looking for one. Gregor shut down. Time Turner pulled out, dancing in and out of it, focusing on the pickup. Drytex making sure Tambris hangs on.
Yeah, Drytex not leaving the players hang dry, and now steps into the fray. Blue Walls does save one of the players, but still the fight continues. And there you have it. Tambris is still alive and kicking, a full squad, and Feng right now will try to make that fade, but will need to move out to the blue with only 58, and there goes the hit from QK Lover, who is definitely a fighter in that battle.
QK Lover, always a fighter for his love and for that booyah. Game 3 claimed by Tambris. What a matchup this was. A phenomenal game from start to end. FFUSC, just the competition that keeps on giving, especially in this special
time
as we approach Christmas. My goodness me, what a play by Tambris.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Tambris, this is what we expect. This is what we expect for a team. They miss out on that Bermuda, wherein they might have grabbed a booyah, but Tambris is not letting it go. Yes, they don't have that opportunity from before, but now it's different. I mean, they are showing up quite differently as expected, and I'm loving this version of the team. I'm loving the continuation of their roam from the group stages into the knockout stage. But QK Lover, the sniper, M82B rocking the off-meta sniper, Skyler with that Maro Moko combination, plus a little bit of cash with that Suzy.
7 eliminations, 1 assist. You know this guy was throwing in the numbers for the rest of his team members there. The assist was definitely not what he was looking for. He was that follow-up player. He was the final engager in a lot of those connections. He wasn't the initial one who was getting those tags, and he did the team a lot of favors doing exactly that, staying out of the fight, allowing the rest of his Tambris brothers to take those aggressive engagements, and he was just making sure those players don't stand back up with that final shot. And even as Feng was trying to drive out, the perfect weapon, the sniper from afar, QK Lover gets that perfect connection and delivers that booyah that Tambris was looking for in their opening match.
Well, first booyah for Tambris in Solara, and I'm really loving this kind of team. If you can show up early in this game, you can secure your top 12 spot and head into the grand finals. But we've seen a lot of teams as well show different phase of how they can play. Fox Gaming is one, Red Eagle is another, but unfortunately they didn't survive that long. But as we look into the match standing, seems like they did put a fight with 4 elimination, but it's that placement that brought them down.
There's just so much to talk about this lobby, and for one moment I was thinking, you know, at the very start of this competition that we're going to have a walkover competition. So many teams, so few dominators. But no, that was the previous season. In this season, you can see the rise of the teams here in the USA. Free Fire is definitely growing. These teams getting a hang of things out there. And when you've got so many Titans, when you've got so many equally placed squads out there, you can't really run away with a monstrous round. Tambris with a 23, Zeus with a 20. Down at the bottom, though, big teams bow out early. Rosario Central, Red Eagle, Shinigamis, they don't claim much from this lobby at all.
Yeah, let's see, though, if they'll be able to put up a fight later on. We've seen how well Shinigamis can get those elimination, but survivability is not working. Probably it's just a map. Probably it's just a Lara, and we might see a different light from them in Kalahari. But again, snipers, especially with what we witnessed earlier on our MVP, they will be rocking this. This is a sniper's nest, and whoever gets that refinery has a better chance of getting a booyah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. High chances of getting that, but you need to be on your prime sniper play, right? You've got that high ground advantage, and you need to make sure as well you've got that backup. You have well looted up. You've got enough coins. In the current meta, that is the only challenge with Refinery Neptune. You don't get to farm as much coins. The teams that are constantly rotating compound to compound to compound are the teams that are being rewarded. The teams that take the drop into Refinery, they are able to stay alive until that final circle with one major disadvantage. You haven't gone what is this? Trick-or-treating. Haven't collected enough candies.
Bro, I mean, if you're still trick-or-treating, you will be late in the party because it's already the holidays. It's already Christmas.
Amen, bro. 2 months too late.
2 months too late. Well, let's see now. Let's see. I mean, there's still a few surprises right here, and we're not talking about that Christmas surprise, but Habichuela dealing damage against 787. On the other side, we also have a Los Cubanos assassin right now going in for a spray with that mini Uzi, and that's what I'm talking about. The turnaround, the show up, bringing the Empire down. It looks quite easy for Los Cubanos.
Oh, Los Cubanos, this is what I was missing. This is what we could not see much of in the previous game. We got wiped out a little bit too early. Just took 2 placement points, but still, even the 2 placement points, they managed to walk away with 3 eliminations. So it was a hot game previously as well. The Los Cubanos were about to step up. But 787 this time, they stepped down early.
Well, let's see. I mean, I'm really loving that some teams are showing up that much in this competition. They understood that they will not they will not be sleeping early in this fight. They want to be engaged. And Red Eagle is 1, 2 elimination already. But will they be able to get possession? Duck!
Wow.
Spotted. And these are the 2 birds that we were talking about earlier that has been gunned down by Fox Gaming, and Benny King taking down Alan Q. Duck right now.
God.
Backstab from Benny King. Definitely he deserves that King title.
Dude, Benny King, just 78 HP, running at 2 players, gets the knock. Why so much of aggression and confidence? Because he's got the electrotherapy powering him up to that point still. Benny King, 3 eliminations, man. This guy is a monster, one worthy of carrying that Oscar as the active skill. And that power up with that Cassie, damn it, that was brilliant.
Oh, yeah, let's see now. This is something that we will see from Galaxy Gaming. They were taken out a little bit earlier in this fight, but against Blue, seems like they are up for a big bang. 2 elimination already in Mammoth and into the edge of the circles. And there's plenty of space for them to work through. They have the firepower. Anexados on the other side will be spotted as well in a bit, but 4 Red Eagle flying high, loving this version. And we talk about Refinery, and this is what that area has to offer.
Double Riptide Rhythm Faker, not faking those shots, trying to take advantage of his positioning here. Galaxy, Chino doesn't get spotted at all as Faker looks to reposition. Ryan not in the right spot, not in the right angle, but finally is. Should be able to take advantage of his situation now as Chino spots out Faker, who keeps him a little busy. Galaxy Gaming, they've got the numbers here, and it's all about what kind of weapons they carry along with them. I know Bohan has got that AC-80 in hand, but Faker with the VSK gets the drop. Instant turnaround by Chino. Slowly but surely getting into a better position for that Punisher. But what Enixados has on the other side is a damn vending machine.
Yeah, well, they can go for revive as long as they have the coins. Dinoculars being put on them, tagging Anexados on the sub.
GG.
Now, here comes the launch pad, moving in on the other side. Well, you can't, like, if you can't beat them down, they just get away. Siebel hand, though, receiving damage, but great position, great accuracy on that launch pad, just behind this compound that can use as a hiding spot.
Out of the pen, into the fire, maybe. Tambris, right in front of Galaxy. What have they done with this reposition? Do they have enough coins? Do they have another jump pad to get out of this sticky situation as they try to survive? Blue up against Rosario Central. Rosario Central earlier on clunking out. No points at all. But Shix just turning around the situation for himself. Ben and Alan. Alan, a sliver of health left on him. Tambris, Gui with the cord. Gets the knock. But Blue surviving. Alan, 1,100 coins in his pocket. Yeah, advanced revival platform, I know. But I'm just going to spend my coins, bro.
That's one thing. I mean, I've seen crossovers being done by another Alan, but Alan is doing the same thing. Blue, though, Duck and Fang has been revived, but Benti will not be survived. It's into the fray they go. Well, into they go, as Rosario Central is beating them to it. But back into the other side, Galaxy Gaming, despite of them going for the chase against Anexados, they meet up with Shinigamis. And Lightning Zone has been triggered, and D-Lone going alone. I guess they are up for a fight right now.
The Lone Wolf, M590, and the Tatsuya. You know he's going to be able to catch up with you in the blink of an eye. Poco, Bison in hand, flanks around from the left, pushed on by Bohan, and they will shut them down one after the other. Shinigami is showing no mercy whatsoever as they mow down Galaxy.
Well, let's see if they can continue that on. Cubanillo needs to be picked up, and unfortunately, they meet up with some players from Fox Gaming. And seems like this might be it for that team. Only one remains, though, and Fox Gaming, once again, getting a lot of elimination. So it's not just Los Cubanos who will be in there. We also have Galaxy Gaming, the final player, and this is it. Fox Gaming is looking to end their run.
Oh, goodbye, my friend. It was good knowing you, Galaxy Gaming. Fox obviously not pulling any stops at all in that opportunity. And Enixados, great time to play, but shot from afar. Faker finds Eliza off of Shinigami. Shinigami's being pressured by Enixados in this situation as Will tries to catch up with his buddy, going for the pickup, but Enixados pressuring from the back. Brian, Winchester in hand. AC-80 play by MVP, looking for a turnaround, but Faker flanking around from the left. The pressure comes through. The FGL, the connections, the Trogon, the everything, including the kitchen sink thrown at Shinigamis, and so Will's the final one. Has the will to live, but Brian says, not today. Goes in for the sprays, gets the Winchester elimination, and Enixados takes Shinigamis out of the lobby.
Alexander's not anxious at all, but they need to worry about some of the teams who will be taken down. So there was a 3 earlier, but unfortunately Faker has been spotted by players of Fox Gaming. Red Eagle, though, still alive and flying up high against Tambris. Drytex has been taken down by Reyes with an M24. Rarely that we see that, but at least you can rock that sniper.
I have found a new team. You guys will henceforth call me Red Eagle Mustachio. I am a fanboy. I am in love. This is that team, all right? And he is him, Reyes. Beautiful plays as usual. Tambris, on the other hand, bumping into Enixados. Brian Palmer doing a number on them. Drytex on the way back in here. And Enixados has personally made sure that Tambris will not walk away with this booyah. They may be able to play survival, but recovering this deep into the game is tough. Fox Gaming, though, sending one player right back in here. Riaroa on the way. They've got the high ground. Garena as well. Otaku, that's a bad that landing, but the rest of the players on the side of Fox getting the shots onto Anexados. No mercy play here from Fox.
And seems like Anexados could have won that fight, but they got distracted from one player from Fox Gaming who landed above them. Only one remains from afar. And Garena making shots land, and Anexados will be taken down. If I'm not mistaken, that was one of Red Eagles managed to end their run right here. Fox Gaming, though, another awesome game with so much of elimination, and it's a good thing that they have a vending machine as well as a few more of cash on them. They can survive, buff up their armor after those engagement, as well as purchase another launch pad and drop on a different team.
Holy mama, what a play that was. But Fox versus Red Eyes is not a big impossible item out here on the battlefield. Red Dragons backing away, Abichuela keeping an eye on their backs. Yarowa getting close enough to tease them and hits them with the binoculars as well. Oh, this is about to go down. Red Eye scanned out by the sharp eyes of Fox Gaming, but Veneking says, you dare? You dare scan our spot with your binoculars. Gets the Punisher. Buzz off. We'll see you later as they take control of Mammoth.
I guess they are taking advantage of it. Veneking earlier just went for a chase, and I thought he was a rusher. And then I saw that AC-80 hit. He is also a sniper. What else can you take out of this player? But he's moving outside of blue, making sure that that vending machine is guarded. And I don't know, what is he purchasing? There's plenty of cash on him.
Yeah, he went to the vending machine and was like, no, I'll keep it for later.
Hey?
I will save up for a rainy day. Good thinking, Veneking. You see, it's in the hands of players like these that we should put the $10,000 because he knows how to use his money. He's not just throwing it all around. Zeus got a high point here on the tower, but obviously going to be pressured off of that as the circle moves in a little bit. Blue holding on to the very edge of the circle on their journey in towards this next zone. Rosario Central, the gatekeeping by Zeus using this high platform pays off Pablo 98 with that M82B strike. But Zeus needs to focus on bringing Wason back into the play as well. But they're trying to get Rosario out of the mix fest.
Yeah, let's see though if they can take out Rosario Central, a threat to a lot of teams. And I guess that's one key factor for the others. If they can bring them down, similar to what we've seen earlier, those who were the bottom of this grouping from the group stage might be able to make it. And well, Fox Gaming, Red Eagle right in the top, far away from those follow, which is Blue and Los Cubanos. But I'm loving the turn events right now in terms of numbers. Like Tambris, Rosario Central, Zeus, not putting that much up elimination. They're going for survivability right now, but they might be losing out. Los Cubanos slowly sneaking in. But Zeus Esports, clear shot.
Clear shot, but when you can't aim properly because they're just tiny dots on your little mobile phone, even on our computer screens, Los Cubanos with just tiny little ends crawling across the battlefield as the top dogs take the high ground for the advantage of the eliminations. Los Cubanos outplays them, outthinks them to play that lowest ground to get across the battlefield. Unfortunate for them, they will run into a squad on the opposite end trying to gatekeep them. My goodness, Los Cubanos, they might have to pause this, but what a play! Tambris, player after player, eliminating the Dragons early.
Well, let's see if they will be eliminated. But speaking of elimination, Zeus Esports might be taken down. They jump in onto the other side, and it's Fox Gaming who's spotting them. Only David, 444, will be alive, and Fox Gaming is getting too close. A little too close for comfort.
Fox Gaming should be able to put an end to David right here, right now. Abichuela is going to try to stay as silent as possible. Blue still alive and kicking. The opportunity of a booyah denied earlier on as they went deep enough, but bumped into teams like Tambris were doing a number on them. E7 still alive and kicking here as well. Fox Gaming circles around.
Ooh.
Easy takedown off of that nade as Zeus Esports gets eliminated in 7.
Now let's see though, Los Cubanos, the dots, the Cubanitos that we saw earlier, is now in full size. Assassin, Time Turner, as well as a glue wall, but unfortunately into on the other side with a woodpecker. Managed to go for the backstab, and Fox Gaming's taking advantage of every situation that they have. Los Cubanos out, even Red Eagles would be taken out. Fox Gaming once again with a 2-digit elimination. It's not over just yet.
I mean, Fox, they were denied big time in that previous game. Only managed to farm 11 eliminations. Taken out in 7th. They were denied the Booyah opportunity. But still, here is a place where they can falter early instead of walking away with the 12 placement points. But a great position on the map, though. The first ones to the next zone. And this is perfect for them. Unless a jump pad is used for a team to rotate behind them, they are all clear from the back. They just need to focus on the action ahead of them.
Let's see, though. I mean, speaking of focusing, QK Lover just focusing on healing up, but needs to move. Blue on one side. There goes a shot, but from the other, Fox Gaming putting a lot of pressure. Did manage to go for a knockdown. And X-Gain is the one who's stealing it away. Well, same goes for Fox Gaming. So 16 elimination. And if they take out Rosario Central, it would go to 20. But 3 teams remain in this fight. It's a 4v3v2 situation. Or 1, rather. Now, let's see if Garena can end this. I'm not talking about Garena Free Fire. I'm talking about the player once again.
Rosario Central, 2 more survivors here up against Fox Gaming. 19 eliminations in hand. Yet another massive game here for Fox. Easy takedown, rushing around towards the left. And the flank is perfect. Choco with the God Nade. Otaku with the Mag 7 finisher. Fox Gaming secures the Booyah for themselves. What a play. Denied earlier after a massively brilliant game. This time, they take it all the way.
Yeah, all the way. And first Booyah that they grab in Kalahari. I'm loving that these teams are starting up quite hot in this competition. They don't need to slow down. There's not so much a pressure that they're feeling right now, and this is what I love about this team. Like if you can turn up like this every time, this is only putting so much of pressure for the top dogs into the grand finals to up their game, and I'm loving how Fox Gaming is doing it.
Yeah, Fox came so close to that Booyah in Nextera, but they were prevented. They only walked away with 8 placement points and then 7 placement points in Solara. Their placements were getting worse, but their eliminations at Nextera, massive. 19 in total, 11 at Solara, but they have just broken their own personal record for the day, picking up a total of 21 eliminations here at Kalahari, plus the Booyah, and Yaroa providing 5 out of that 21 eliminations. 3,351 on the damage. Man, it was tough going up against this guy. He had the Winchester. Great plays from him across the battlefield. Toom, toom, getting all of the damage in, allowing the rest of his team members to farm of his plays. He got those 7 assists, helping out the rest of his team members claim that extra 7 points. He clearly did so much out there.
Yeah, let's see how well they can play it out for remaining games that they have. But I'm loving this version of Fox Gaming. I mean, we've seen aggression on them from the group stage, but the knockout stage, this is just over the top. Now, let's see it though, because it's not just the aggression, even the tactics, position-wise, against Rosario Central's full squad earlier, they managed to pick them off one at a time, not really going for a full-on until this moment we're in. They are comfortable enough to go for a rush, and they managed to pull it off.
19 eliminations before they bumped into Rosario Central. So this one was a brilliantly massive game. So 21 eliminations, 12 placement points. That's a 33-point bomber for the squad, who already have been doing well. The only game where Fox just tanked a huge L was in Bermuda. No placement points. very early engagement. I forgot who they bumped into. They walked away with 4 eliminations. That means they had a hot round there as well. Very promising squad, but just Bermuda wasn't their map. I wouldn't say they're bad on it. It just didn't go their way on the initial hot drop, even though they started off hot. That third party that showed up right after in that engagement put them out of the count. But it was all about the recovery play for Fox Gaming in this day as they pick up the total of the 33 points, 21 eliminations again, plus the 12 placements. Red Eagle right behind them. You got to respect this snap. Taken out so early, but climbed up the leaderboard because of those eliminations.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really loving the storyline, and you keep saying this, Code. It's not how you start a game, it's how you end it. It seems like both Red Eagle and Fox Gaming is ending it quite well. You pointed out how Fox Gaming only got 4 eliminations earlier, and I spot who took them down. It was 5 stars. So I guess they don't want that to happen once again. They are prepared, and even after that, we've seen some of the Fox Gaming pulling away from all engagement that they are failing, especially if they know that they are disadvantaged. But this time, E7 Empire, no elimination from that game. There's a lot of turnarounds, a lot of flipping the script that is happening for today. A fresh new day in the knockout stage. Really is refreshing to see these teams popping off.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a explosive day so far. Fox Gaming completes their 4-game run in here alongside teams like Zeus, Nova. Sorry, Nova hasn't played a total of 4 games just yet, but you know exactly what I mean. We're going to be taking a quick short break. When we come back, the action continues. We've got Alpine and Purgatory still for all of you guys, so don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Free Fire USA Championship 2025 Winter Edition, and we are off to our final 2 games of today. But the first 4 was phenomenal. Some of the teams are popping off unexpectedly. That we are loving this storyline. Back in the desk, I am Neptune the Gentleman Garcia, joined by my brother Musashio AJ, and we'll be your casters on the English desk.
Fox Gaming, Zeus Esports, 4 games completed. Definitely at the top of the leaderboard after what they pulled off today. Both teams have got a single booyah to their name. Thambris collected the other booyah. Novatos as well collected the other booyah. They were sitting down in the grouping that was taking a break. That's Group B. Now the battle between Groups B and C. I cannot wait to see what they have got to bring to the table. We get to see the brilliance of T-Rex and Novatos once again.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to see more of that. But another thing that we want to see is how Blue managed to get 2 times top 3 in there. Not so much of elimination though, but surviving in a battle just like this with the top dogs, or not even the top dogs, those who are popping off are like awesome for Team Blue. So all they have to do right now that they know how to find the final circle, is to get those eliminations in.
Yeah, no doubt at all, man. I think they were brilliant in the 2 games that they played. We usually talk about a minimum of 10 points to get the top 12, and you are looking to scrape through at the bottom if you are lucky, okay? Blue is focusing on a minimum of 15 points every single game they get into. This is the kind of squad that is going to make it into the grand finals if they can keep this pacing up. And so far, it has been very convincing. I don't need 30-pointer games. I just need consistency, and that's exactly what we always look for in these pro teams. We're trying to make a good name for themselves, Neptune, trying to make it into the grand finals. Blue is on the right path, but can they continue to be on that very path that they have started off on as we continue into Alpine, the second last game, the second last map that we will see out here today?
Yeah, penultimate map. I would say a little bit heavy word in there, but I'm loving that word as well. But hopefully that is not penultimate for some of the teams that would be popping off right here. We just witnessed Group C, Rocket. Now B will be reintroduced, a little bit skewed, but Snowfall would be the focus of some teams, especially high-tier loot area as well in that southern side. And speaking of high-tier loot area, a lot of teams might be chasing that, and let's see who's going down first.
My goodness. The Dragons versus the Dinosaurs. This is the kind of hot drop we want to see here. Base Camp is the name of the place. It will be the battleground where these 2 Titans take each other on. And the last I checked, Red Dragons were in form. And T-Rex has not woken up in the fight just yet. But will the monsters be awakened by the teaser of the Dragons? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, great plank being done by Bolacan just to get an idea, get position, and a little bit of no purchase at all because the man's broke.
Yeah, man.
I don't I know what he was attempting.
you go window shopping, you're hungry, you look at some donuts. You got you broke as hell. You can't buy no donut.
That's one thing.
It happens. You smell it and you taste it.
And it happens to me a lot, but Bolacan, because he's broke, he is being broken down by Red Eagle. I'm loving it putting in that Cassie as well in this competition, in this round at all, because this makes them even more stronger. Against their dinosaurs right now, seems like they are not being put down. The shot on Ash needs to be checked right now, but player JK would be pushed away from the rest of the team.
Player JK doesn't have his weapon of choice. No sniper in his hands, only the profile, but still with his deadly aim, he can make great work off of that gun. Reyes, on the other hand, not giving him a chance to breathe at all, pelting him with the bullets as the LMG would allow him to. Habichuela with the push up forth. It is going to be Darius and Putin trying to hold off the squad. Vanneking powered up by the electrotherapy. That basic therapy will keep him in the fight. Darius hunted Habichuela with the backup, but a 3v3. This is a decent fight up until the backup player from the side of Red Eagle joins them as well.
And they're just guarding the Venom Machine so that no revive will happen. Now, Vanneking, MP40. With a flank. With a woodpecker. But Ash out in the open. He might be taken down, but does have a bison. But unfortunately, Bulkarn has the same weapon. But put down. And the rest of the squad is back in play. Darius with that plasma as well as that UMP. But a turnaround being done by Reyes with a Trogon puts T-Rex in their toes and tailing tails once again.
And this is why player JK is that big brain player all the time. And this is why T-Rex has managed to survive many lobbies in the past as well. Positional gameplay, and the sniper will be looking for that revival. But in the encounter between 5 stars and the one and only Rosario Central, it looks like Rosario Central did not walk away with the better end of that stick there. One final survivor on their side, hanging on for their dear lives. Novatos up against E7. On the other hand, Novatos will continue their great performance, hitting that booyah on the opener with 20 eliminations for a total of 32. Mabi finds one more for himself. 5 stars. Oh, beautiful turnaround by Shix. Dior down on the ground. Peli Rojo, on the other hand, finds Danny. The battle between Novatos as well as E7 continues. Peli Rojo and Danny bleeding out on the ground. Kakaroto Mabi too far away. Dragon finding one for himself. Dabadoo on the backup. Has the opportunity to shut Shix down now, who's all alone, heading to the vending machine.
Oh, Grand Theft being done by Shix, but unfortunately didn't have time and probably didn't have the coins to make it work. And 5 stars just beat them down. 4 eliminations already for 5 stars. And it is just teams of T-Rex not getting the better end of that fight.
I mean, I don't know how Rosario Central didn't nail that revival. My goodness me, Valiant Dash breaks down the defenses, but White only manages to walk away with a knock. 9, the final player alive here, and Novatos have done the damage already. 9, focusing on the wrong team there. Supreme going to force SNPT to play the revival once again, but 9 was looking for a vehicle to reposition. And he finds exactly that, all thanks to SNPT. Let's go, baby.
Well, let's see. I mean, SNPT back in play. And again, apologies. I took a mistake in there. A mistake in T-Rex for Rosario Central. But again, Rosario Central being eliminated a little bit early in this fight. Not looking good for the team right now. Not quite sure how they are going to recover in this battle. But for Red Eagles, I'm loving that they're moving quite differently. And then the King would be the one taking the lead against PvP. Walks on, walks off, and it seems like he will be taking the heat.
And that's exactly why the scales on these dragons have been shining a little bit brighter, waxing on and off with PvP's brand. 777 up on top, Abichuela shut down, Heat bringing the fire to Red Dragons themselves. You want to show fire to dragons, you definitely have got some guts. Vanakin moving up to the top now. Powered up by the electrotherapy. Looking for the shutdown. X-Beast has got the M590 in hand. MP40 whipped out as well as Beast finds the knock. Taking out PvP. And Red Eagles up by 9 eliminations now.
Dude, 9 elimination. Getting close. And there's a lot of challenges that they are getting across. Now, there goes Tritex. Once again, hang dry. Shots from Mabi and a push by Kakaroto as well. But one Danny needs to be picked up, and Mabi is it's far away to make that happen. But the good thing is they managed to at least push a couple of players from Tambriz away, but a vending machine revive being done, so they're still in this play.
Absolutely brilliant lobby yet again. And as anticipated, FFUSC just does not disappoint, Neptune.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 1 good lobby, 2 good lobbies, you know, you can call it a lucky day usually in some competitions, but this one is just a back-to-back blockbuster hit, man. What a play by the team so far. Blue staying very silent, forced on the revival this time round. A little unfortunate on the start. Cold, on the other hand, has been having a hot game with 7 eliminations.
Yeah, I mean, well, hopefully I can say the same for Galaxy Gaming. Though they are surviving, but unfortunately they are being taken down a little bit early. Hopefully their move into Rai, into the next phase of the circle, would change that storyline. And from the outside, it's T-Rex who is putting so much pressure on Novatos and lovely position of putting right now. The trees covering his tracks. Now, let's see if player JK can make those follow up and end Novatos from right here.
T-Rex. Deadly. Player JK. VSK in hand. If I'm not mistaken, he's also got a level 3. Not sure which gun. We'll check on that in a little bit. As they come in here for the drop, Darius Deadly, M79, and he will just pop some bodies there with those lethals, and Novatos did not know what hit them. I'll update you boys, it was T-Rex.
Yeah, T-Rex indeed. In battle against Red Eagles earlier, I thought they were out of it, but they just need a little bit of time to breathe. Now, leveling up this arsenal, they will be able to get a few more of weapons, but right behind them, Tambris. I'm not sure what the plan is, but they did manage to go for a revive, so I guess they will just be silent or just get away because they know that the team is in here.
They were already kicking butt with whatever they had, and now with the upgraded weapon arsenal, should be able to rip this lobby apart, just spending a little bit of time outside the zone. And that's not going to hurt them too much, all thanks to the team boosters that are definitely being played on the side of T-Rex, always on the meta. And now even on the drops, you can see not all the players jumping into the exact same spot. You can see them trying to reposition and take the jump one after the other, so they get to space that out and also play a little bit of a positional advantage up against the other squad. Sometimes that can turn out into a disadvantage if you drop in front of the wrong squad, but in this case, it's not the wrong squad. It's the best squad. It's SNPT, the Revivers, up against T-Rex. Well, it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I mean, from both ends of the spectrum, they are best at it. But T-Rex right now, 5 elimination. A couple would add to that, especially if they can take down Supremo. Supreme 2. There goes the shot. M590. The getaway, though, on Supreme 2. The timing of the blue wall plus the movement. But how long can he survive? Because they are being smothered by T-Rex.
What? This is just some brilliant... Dude, Supreme is not even playing. Neptune, do you notice what they're doing? They are not engaging at all. They are backing away from these fights. They're just showing off their fancy footwork to us as to how long they can survive without shooting their opponents. Do you know how ridiculous that is in a lobby like this, especially up against a team like T-Rex? This is ridiculous. Look at them. They had so many opportunities to take those shots. And SNPT, I'm totally on your side with your theory, man. SNPT is holding back big time.
Yeah, they're holding back, and they're not out just yet. They're giving a lot of points for the opponents.
There
and
you
there you
go!
go! Supreme for that save once again. And like efforts of T-Rex, that's good. It brings number to them. But eliminating a squad like SNPD, they're like cockroaches at this point.
No, bro. I mean, they are like some sort of gods of Free Fire who are just laughing off a team like T-Rex who could not annihilate them. And looking at the kind of points SNPT has on the board, you would be like, dude, T-Rex should have been able to mow them down by now already. Still surviving. We'll see how far they get through in this fight. Gui bought down. Gui on the other hand thought he could pull that backstab. We'll find nothing off of that. Chino, the final player. One shot onto Cole. Wa down on the ground. But Chino's in trouble now because he's poked the bees. The hornet's nest, as a matter of fact, has been shaken. And he is about to get stung.
Well, let's see though. Cold looks different right now. Only 4 points for the first round, 0 in the second. Now they have 10 elimination. But back in play, they will be meeting with T-Rex. And Black is down. The Brown is down. Let's see if they can survive the 3 players from the Dinosaurs. The pickup has been done already, and they still have cover that they can work with. Wow. But here comes Bola. Car not slowing down, but Darky put them in the dark.
Yeah, Putin was just a little bit too slow to this party. Bola Khan a little bit too aggressive there, and he gets punished by Black and Wa. behind those glue walls, which are fortified thanks to the team boosters. And what a timely glue wall pulled out to protect themselves from that grenade as well. T-Rex surviving. They patched themselves right back up. It's now a 2v3 between Cold and T-Rex.
Now let's see. There goes the plushie being pulled out. And Cold will need to be quick on this because the blue's closing in. And 4th to 5th will not be easy. Here comes Puddin cooking that nade. Let's see if he can find a spot to throw that in. But no, it doesn't make any damage onto Cold. But they will need to move right here, right now.
Blue finding SNPT. Cold, great place on the jump pad.
Nice.
Timing is perfect. Where do they land? On the opposites. Ah,
Uh-oh.
no! Oh, but Blue rotates at the very same time. And Cold now gets the backstep position, looking to pressure Blue. And right in front of Blue is Red Dragons. My goodness me, Blue's in a little bit of trouble. And Cole just got out of a pickle by accident.
Yeah, I mean, that was a combination of color that we would not expect. We would see dark black going against blue.
Up against Red Dragon.
And against Red Dragons. So, not quite sure what shade it will be. But right now, we have blue and Red Dragons right now. And it would be purple overall in this compound. The rest of the team will not even bother to look at this engagement because they have a few that they will need to deal with. But pickup needs to be done. Alan Q, though, will be revived. That small slit in that glue wall could have been the savior for Team of Blue. But Red Eagles still in this fight. SNPD eliminated. 6 teams remain in this battle.
Some color theory out of Neptune. Red plus blue equals purple. But neither one able to dig each other down. And Cole says, you know what? We'll just do this ourselves since these two guys are just sharing one house. It's like a townhouse concept, you know?
Yeah.
The upper floor by another family, downstairs by a different family. Red Dragons, Red Eagles, sorry. Still hanging on. I can't believe I've been calling them Red Dragons. They are dragons, but Red Eagles with the opportunity. Blue. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. Ben, the final player. And 590 just can't see them through. And Red Eagles, 15 eliminations strong. Could not save Abichuela. Could not pick up XBs. Reyes, a sliver of health left on him. And they make it into the circle in time. Peli Rojo just wait. It's the SMG, not a sniper, Peli Rojo. Calm down.
If it was a BSS, yes, that would work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bison? I don't think that is at the range.
yeah.
But it's acceptable. Like, call Red Eagles and Red Dragons, which seems like they have the wings, the talons, the claws to make it work.
Wow, smart play.
Wow.
So look at this guy. That man is
Talk about slow drop. Oh no, he's
QK Lover said, enough of this nonsense. VSKs him out of the lobby and drags in a booyah for the squad of Tom Briz. A beautiful re-entry here for Tom Briz. Second booyah of the day. You gotta love it, Neptune.
Yeah, definitely. Second booyah of the day, second finisher by QK Lover for the day as well. But that move from above, just slowly like sliding in. I didn't even thought that was possible, but let's see if I can pull it off in one of my games. But the team that pulled it off, once again, Tambres Esports, and they're not slowing down. From what we've seen, Booyah is what they do best from groupings that they have in group stages, even now in the knockout stage.
Yeah, that guy had a cable somewhere at the top. He was freestyle, wall climbing. Managed to get down slow and steady, not looking to break his ankle. He knew he had no backup. He knew he had nobody holding a net down at the bottom for him. So he had to watch out for himself. But damn it, QK Lover loves to take those final shots. And T3D, your MVP this time around with the time turner. Ford, J-Beeb, Steva, the backup, the support player of the squad. And the AC-80 was able to wreak havoc Not a massive game for Tambris, but just enough to keep pressure on the rest of the teams. 5 eliminations, 4 assists, 3 headshots, 2,294 on the damage.
Yeah, I do understand what Tambris is doing right now. I mean, survivability, finding the final circle. And we do talk about that, not in just in FFUSC, but other broadcasts as well. And in stages like this, wherein you will be meeting a lot of top dogs, a lot of deadly opponents, if you can find a final circle, then you are up for a good spot when it goes to the grand finals. And that's what Tambris needs to do right now. Just stay in the top 12, get those final circles, and then with a final booyah, once achieving the champion rush condition, they might be our next champions.
Absolutely, man. And E7, of course, cheeky plays out of Peligrojo. But obviously on the revival, man only had the Bison. Still tried, though. You got to give him credit for trying to shoot all the way from the top of the windmill, trying to get a couple of knocks on Tambris. They don't get it. It was Cold that managed to sneak those points off of them. But towards the end, Tambris put the end to the players on the side of Cole, as well as Peligrojo, who was inching his way down. VSK finisher. Hello, Booyah number 2. The only team in the knockout stage right now to hold 2 Booyahs.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's one thing for Peligrojo. If he managed to heal up before he jumped in, he might have survived like halfway through that tower. But unfortunately, it didn't work that well, and Tambris ends it. Now, it's not the end, though. For this game, BNC will still be playing, but in Purgatory. And Purgatory, this is, I would say, the reign of T-Rex. We also have Red Eagles, who managed to grab a Booyah in this specific map. So I'm loving that they have a chance to get one for their own.
Whew, Red Eagle Sport, my goodness, what little sporty players they are. I mean, great stuff, climbing the leaderboard, 15 eliminations and only 7 placement points. The run came to a early screeching halt, but with those eliminations, they managed to climb up to the top. Tambris with the second Booyah, showing everyone that without Fox and Zeus in the lobby, they get to breathe a little.
Well, I guess they are breathing quite well, and hopefully they can work on that in Purgatory, because the smokes of hell, as well as a fresh breeze of heaven, would be different if it get mixed in that map. So let's see who's going to rock it in that final map for today. The storyline continues for the team, and I would love to see Fox Gaming carry it over and grab the first 100 points in this match.
I would actually love to see Rosario Central run away with this final game, because they haven't woken up already, right? They haven't woken up just yet. 3 games in, and all they have is 20 points to their name. This does not seem like the Rosario Central we know. They obviously need to step it up in this next matchup, but for some reason, these groupings, the day is just not doing them justice. This is not the usual version of themselves. Thankfully, we do have 3 more days of play. Even if they don't go all the way today, they still have another one tomorrow and 2 days next week to make this recovery. But better a little early rather than waiting for that final moment, unless, of course, you are Red Eagle.
Well, Red Eagle, I mean, now they're showing that even in the early parts, they can put in those points. And we've seen that on the group stage as well, that they can rock it towards the end. So across the board, in terms of timing, they are doing quite well. Rosario Central, though, I mean, I do agree. Very low in points. Even Cold and PvP, even SNPT is above them in terms of points right now. So I don't know what's happening with Rosario Central, but SNPT, the fury still remains. I'm not letting that go. SNPT is pulling our legs, our arms, our neck, whatever. They're trying to pull everything right here, just not to show up in those engagements.
Keep your hands to yourself, SNPT. Don't be pulling on anything, okay? But here's the thing. You gotta definitely respect SNPT. These fellas are not even looking to engage with the other teams. They are just purely clowning around, looking to survive, escaping those shots, looking for vending machine after vending machine, trying to focus and master and memorize the spots of every single coin machine out there. Because what's so impressive about SNPT is the fact that they're not claiming a lot of these lives, that means they're finding the coins from elsewhere, which means it's only the coin machines and all of the loots that they're finding out there on the battlefield. If you are good at finding loot, if you're a good scavenger, you should be able to survive these lobbies long enough, and that's exactly what SNPD is showing us. So when they do start to get aggressive in the battles, then I think your theory might just come shining through. There's a lot from SNPT that we're not seeing just yet. But I think it's the same here for Rosario Central as well. There's nothing to sweat about them. They should be able to step it up when they feel the heat.
Well, that's one thing. I mean, SNPT, yes, they're more a supreme in terms of names, IGNs, whatever. But I think they need to change it to surprise, because the element surprise right here. Now that you keep mentioning that they are surviving, we don't know where they're getting the coins. I won't be surprised as well, because it's very rare that we see them on our cameras. They're always in the losing end, thus they will not be shown. And I believe if not supreme, the rest of the team has Suzy on them, and that's where they're stacking all those coins. So, like, just showing up that they can survive, gather all those coins in placement, but they do have a good chance of putting up a good fight if they want to. So, I just don't have any idea. And if any of the viewers out there, any survivors out there, know anyone from SNPT, please explain us in chat, because we want to know what's happening on their minds.
I totally forgot to open up the chat today. I'm so sorry, chat. Okay.
Lucky's there. Lucky's there.
Lucky's everywhere. Lucky, do you not sleep? Do you not have a life, Lucky? No, I'm just kidding. Come for all of the broadcasts.
He might be asking the same question for us. You're not sleeping now.
Stasio, how are you? No, I definitely managed 3 hours of sleep last night. I'm having a little bit of focusing issues, but the coffee definitely helped me out a little bit here. What didn't help me out is I bit my tongue halfway through the broadcast today, and that has been hurting, but not as much as it hurts for some of these teams who are not finding the eliminations out there. E7 Empire, Cold Esports, PvP, SNPD, Rosario Central, Galaxy Gaming, Los Cubanos. Today is their weekday. Shinigami's still hanging on. Oh, wow. We get it, the overall standings on top of everything else. So we get to break this down perfectly for you guys. So E7 Empire, up to that point, you have got your top 12 teams, but there are 5 out of 6 teams down at the bottom who have not played their final matchup just yet, and that's from Cold Esports all the way down to Galaxy Gaming.
Yeah, that's one thing. I mean, they might be able to go in for the catch up in terms of numbers. Fox Gaming, though, I mean, if this was Grand Finals, they have achieved that champion rush condition already. In Zeus Esports, so we expect the same move from Zeus Esports, but elimination-wise, seems like they're slowing down. But in terms of placement, that's where they're rocking it. So switching things around, not bad. Zeus Esports is doing it. Novatos right now doing quite well. Now, there's a lot that Galaxy Gaming and Los Cubanos need to do. I'm taking out Rosario Central because we've seen them play. We've seen them rock it. Even when they are out in dumps, they know how to make a comeback, but not for today. So Galaxy Gaming, Los Cubanos, we want to see that fire, similar to what we witnessed from Fox Gaming.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And at the knockout phase, it's just the start of this journey, and so many things to talk about, so many storylines being built here. FFUSC, never disappointing, always surprising, always shocking. And Fox Gaming definitely played a damn good game of Free Fire today. Just a single booyah to their name, 55 eliminations, 27 rank points. Not as consistent as Zeus Esports when it comes to the placement points, but obviously doing very well when it came to those engagements. Novatos with the shocker, Tambris with the shocker. Novatos has got one more game. Tambris has got one more game. Can Tambris go for the super record triple booyah in a day to wrap this opening day up for knockout stages here?
Yeah, let's see now. I mean, they can get another booyah in here, take over the number one spot, if not close to it. Take it away from Fox Esports, Zeus, or Novatos. So, purgatory it is. Hopefully the flight path would be to my liking, and when I say that, it would be skewed. It would be forcing everyone to go for those early engagement. And that's what you want to see. I mean, if Fox Gaming can be eliminated early, similar to what we've seen them, no. Fair flight path. Not exciting at all.
What a meanie. I totally understand, bro. I mean, obviously, we want that hot action early on. Maybe the high tier loot zone will be able to deliver something big here. PvP up against... Could that be Novathos dropping into the high tier loot zone as well? And not too far away will be Cold. SNPT also very close to this high tier loot zone. But Novathos versus PvP for the opener here. Both at Quarry, both looking for that high tier loot.
Now let's see, Novathos right now, a little bit too high on Kakaroto, but surprisingly, have one who goes against him, and Buscaminaru, who gets that point. PvP right now walks an L gang, but here comes a couple. Buscaminaru with that Mag 7 quick work, and L gang goes onto the ground. Pick up on one Danny would happen, but they're still missing one of the players from PvP. 3 elimination already for Novathos. A good start for the team, but the only question though is, will they be able to spot out where the final player will be going, or will they just be on a looting spree at the moment? But for E7 from the Moat House, get in a little bit too close, shot on them. Still have no idea who's making those shots, but they will need to be careful because E7 Empire doesn't seem like they are ruling the Empire, and they might be crumbling down like Rome because so far they are down in the dumps. But Red Eagle, the ones that's flying high, loving his team.
Well, all roads lead to Rome. And if that's the Empire, that's not what you want right now. You want to stay away from everyone. You're like, who gave them our GPS location, man? Okay, the coordinates are supposed to be very much a secret. Somebody sent them our location. Everybody is on Google Maps right now, getting here, and it is not comfortable. 5 stars.
Oh, yeah.
Up against Galaxy, T-Rex. Up against Empire. Not looking good. White Pelirrojo, they've got that high ground advantage. Bulacan in a sticky situation, but player JK could save him.
Now let's see, Bulacan, Plasma in hand. Last season, we've seen the rise of Plasma.
Oh.
Or Plasma gun, but player JK making sure that he lands those shots, but that Cryo Mine plushie lands on him.
Cryo Mine does not give any advantage whatsoever. Plushie taken out by player JK. Tagged up from the back. Great glue wall play! Oh! And White managing to find the Punisher, all thanks to the assault rifle before he could sneak behind his glue wall. PvP out in 12th. And this is about to be a hot one. The battle here at the high tier loot zone. Now Cold versus Novathos.
Let's see if Cold can get this, because Novathos right now is the elimination leader. Buscaminaru spotted. All 3 of them goes for the rush, but it was Brown who goes down first. Farthest of those pushing in from Cold would be the first one to get hit. But Novathos, well, they lost 1. They still have 3, as well as a point. But Galaxy Gaming, they're putting in a number against players of Red Eagles.
Well, Borhan, instantaneous delete there. Beautiful play. Valiant dash. Plus the Riptide Rhythm, both at the same time. And Veneking, oh, talk about overkill. Getting those eliminations. Clearly pissed off with Galaxy for removing their team member from the map.
Oh, and they will be eliminated there on 11th place. But I would love to see a few more points from the team. The engagement is a little bit slow, but finally, Rosales Central showing us that those revival platforms are available in the map. You don't need to spend all your coins as long as you can keep yourself afloat. But speaking of float, they're floating above Red Eagles with 3 eliminations already, and 2 of them might be taken down.
Kane.
What?
Uh-oh. Hey, Nani? How's he avoiding these shots? Ah! This guy must be a paratrooper in real life.
I don't know, I'll probably just have a Falco on him. But the moment he steps in onto the ground, he gets knocked out. So that's what happens when you play about around Red Eagle. Into against a Bichuela and 590. There goes Valiant Dash. Glue Wall doesn't save him. And FAQ right now would be pressure as well so that he will not be joining this party. Habichuela, M590 RGS switcheroo, and there's no need at all. He gets that hit and he gets his third.
And Ready Eagle not looking to cut any bit of chances here for the opponents, but this will lead them directly. Wow! With the opener, Reyes instantaneous shot towards Kakaroto, forcing him back. And Danny will come in here for the replacement, pushing on forth. But with that space given by Novatos, Red Eagles now jump padding out of this location, understanding that the flank has already been pulled off by Mabi. They slow the pace down. Vanicking joining Habichuela across the board. And Mabi in the perfect spot to play the Punisher. But the glue wall played perfect from the side of Red Eagle on the landing.
And the problem here for Mabi is because he is far away from rest of the teams, he might be the one punished. Only glue walls that is saving him, and everyone from Red Eagle is getting his way. Now, shots from Vinniking with a Woodpecker doesn't land at all, and it gives time for the rest of Novatos to group up or to regroup in here. But Mabi still so strong. The 3 and 1 glue wall. How can you survive such a carnage from Red Eagle?
Maybe we should definitely have a crossover between Avatar and Free Fire one day, right? Just one with nature, one with the tree. Mabi will feel right at home. T3D, Pambris this time round, whooping the dinosaurs. Those are the only points they've picked up so far off of these eliminations. T-Rex still not done and dusted just yet. Put in with the Mag 7 right next to the M590. No. And even with the off super meta, the Mag 7 will still deliver. And the double revival. T3D is there for that revenge. But the damage has been done. The revivals have been pulled. Gregor down on the ground. And still out of nowhere, T-Rex still finding a way to show Tambris that this is not over just yet.
Yeah, it's not over, but T-Rex is a little bit lost. I didn't even see them because camera's back's turned in there. I guess that's what happened. POV is not towards the opponent. You will be taken down. Now, Cold right now might be out cold, especially with pressure coming from 5-star, but Dior, well, will be taken down, but a quick pickup can be done. And headshot from Brew against Wah. 5-star will need to move, though, because here comes the push. And great timing on the blue wall.
Absolutely, you can say that again. 5 stars. Dragon finding Brown. Down you go. Black, not too far away from the rest of the 5-star players. The rest of Cole trying to back up their team member from afar, but they know that they have to give up on him already. Black is stuck in a tight little spot that he can't get out of. The rest of the players with that high ground. But Red Eagle as well, getting here just in time to play the pressure up against 5 stars. Reyes with the VSK will be able to find out a Doom. Great blue walls pulled up here by 5 stars to keep their players up on their feet.
Oh, let's see now. A little bit too close. A little bit too close from Red Eagle against 5-star, but 5-star, I know what I'm thinking. They're just setting this up so that Red Eagle will fall for the trap. Great nade. And there you have it. 2 already in launch pad. 1 tries to heal up, but here comes a push from Red Eagles, and I don't think they will be able to breathe.
No, they can't breathe at all. Habichuela sprayed down. Veneking now up against Dragon. A sliver of health left here for Dragon. A brave move running into 2 players at the same time. Trying to play some sort of a scare tactic to make sure Red Eagles lose their composure. But that does not work out. They are very much in control of the situation. Very much in control of their nerves as well. 9 eliminations strong. And Red Eagle looking for their first booyah of the day to climb up the leaderboard.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're forcing even 5 stars out of a compound. That 1v2 situation could have been avoided, but unfortunately 5-star was just thrown off their horse. Cold no, getting too close, and as well as SNPD, just straight into Dabadu. Now, will he be able to make that shot? Or will they be just getting away from here? Because a lot of engagement might be ensuing in a bit.
Let's see if an T-Rex can...
What?
make this a good one. Inside the weapons arsenal. Obviously, great defense there. Upgraded weapons arsenal. Thank goodness me, you get to spend some coins. It's the meta of the free fire coins. The current state of the game. Darius, a little late to jump into that. What is that, sausage wagon? I can't see it because of the nameplates.
Well, let's see. Aye! The right thanks! The patience from the guy. He was
Somebody
just
left
slowly
the
moving
door
in.
open. He just fell out. That's the getaway car, but they didn't manage to get away safely.
Well, I mean, Drydex and 3D or Tambres was just waiting on them. You know how it is when you upgrade as well as wait for that weapons arsenal to come up. It would be tagged up on the map, and they were just anticipating it, and they get a few more points on that. It's unfortunate that it's not a full squad, but Cold right now against SNPD. Now this is a battle. This is where we will see SNPD show up and not get any pity at all, but unfortunately Supremo is on the ground. Supremo too is putting so much of a fight, but we know that SNPT would have one man gunning for that vending machine, as the rest will be distracted for the engagement.
No doubt at all. This is going to be a big fight for Tambres as they take the jump over Cold as well as SNPT. But now they put themselves in harm's way. They will have to gatekeep the rest of the squads, and they turn around to do exactly that. Brown spotted out by QK Lover. VSK not finding the connection. Third shot does connect, but Wah saves him. Dropped, and QK Lover instantaneously picked up. There's no way, there's no Tiva on his buddy there.
Let's see. No Tiva. No quick revive. But only 2. And HP is dwindling. E7 Empire will be eliminated. Now, Tambres will need to deal with a couple more from Cold. But earlier, we've seen one of the players, I think that was a Premo too, who managed to go in for that revive on 1. But unfortunately, they doesn't have a full squad. Rosario Central, once again, even lower. Earlier, they have 4 elimination. Now only 3, and they're out of this game.
I cannot believe what we are seeing. Rosario Central, today is just not their day. 3 eliminations is nothing compared to what they can usually pull in here. That's exactly how the cookie crumbles. And SNPT just unlucky with those revival plays this time round as well. Both teams were sitting side by side on the overall leaderboard. Both teams eliminated back-to-back, and 5 stars. Bro, are we trying to compete for the most sequential back-to-back squad eliminations here?
Even Tambres out of the picture. More chances for Novatos. More chances for Red Eagles. If they survive this push, they might be able to grab this buoy because they are part of the top 4 in this battle.
They're definitely part of the top 4 in my heart. Novatos 9 eliminations strong, looking for the cracker this time round. But Red Eagle stepping it up to them. Mabi and Kakaroto building up a shooting house, like shooting fish in a barrel. They drop a nade on their heads as well. But XB is as well as Reyes up on their feet. Kakaroto, Danny, it's a 2v2. Fair fight. Time to pull down. T-Rex on the approach as well. Shooting through whatever angles they can find.
Let's see if they can get that angle because T-Rex would be very close. 11 elimination for Novatos already. Unfortunately, they lost one of their players. But here comes the flag. One Danny still trying to break through against Red Eagles. And all those gunshots are being smelled by the dinosaurs. Kakaroto will be taken down. Mabi taking shots onto the other side. So the focus is not just on one side. That is probably why Novatos is failing to eliminate the squad.
Consistency is key. To see Blue so consistently get these placement points here for themselves is very, very impressive. How much can they pull off of this? 9 placement points in Solara, 8 placement points in Kalahari, faltering a little bit at Alpine, but now looking for that perfect recovery. No eliminations, but great survivors for sure. Novatos, on the other hand, a battle between them and Red Eagle still continuing. The trip mine already laid out. Novatos going in for the access. Will not trip. Time Turner pulled out. XB still tags one, but Danny with the double gets the headshot. Picks up 2 points for Red Eagles. And they make their way forward.
Yeah, they made their way forward. Now, for Blue, you did mention about consistency, and it seems like another one on the board for them in terms of top 3. They missed that opportunity earlier, but now they are part of it. All you have to do is put in those damage as well as elimination, but they're not taking advantage of this engagement. They're not taking advantage on the third party of the battle between T-Rex and Novatos, and Bolakarn is also cautious that they might be backstabbed.
Novatos looking for a booyah here, looking to jump up into the #1 spot on the overall leaderboard by the time we are done with today's play. Blue versus T-Rex has to be an engagement that Novatos forces here, and in order to do that, they got to stay silent. They got to make sure they don't pull the attention to themselves. But Kakaroto not listening to me. He wants the points for himself, gets the headshot off of Feng, and it looks like that is not enough distraction to pull T-Rex's attention towards themselves, but it is enough to force a response out of Blue. Duck getting the headshot, making sure Novatos understands where they stand.
And speaking of where they stand, they're standing best position right now, and everyone will try to take it because the shifted circle is favoring them. But how much glue wall do they have? Will they be able to survive it even longer? Because focus would just be on Blue. There goes the shot, and T-Rex right now is slowly inching in as well. Player JK takes down one Danny. Now, this is good, forcing Novatos and T-Rex for the battle, and Blue might be grabbing this booyah.
Yeah, man. I mean, Blue, brilliant play so far. I think Blue's doing exactly what we needed them to do, which is to take T-Rex out of the equation. Now it's Novatos up against Blue. Novatos is technically the better team, and Blue has got that one player advantage. Feng, LMG, I don't know if this is the right place in the right place in the circle to pull out a gun like that. Ben has got the right weapon in hand, Winchester level 3. Duck, AWM in the hands of Mabi, gets the shot. Connection is perfect. Beautiful. Novatos, though, hanging on with just Mabi, and Blue have got the numbers to secure the booyah. Mabi still working wonders. Alan with the M590. Mabi tries to drive away. Alan doesn't have the right gun to stop the car, but they spray it down with the bullets instead, and Blue walk away with their first booyah of the day after surviving for so long.
And there you have it, 3 out of 4 games in top 3, and one of which is a booyah. That they can survive in those engagements.
Oh yeah,
especially in the final battle. I mean, pressure from both Novatos and T-Rex, and they were not even moving an inch. Plenty of glue walls has been put up, and we know that the meta right now with that blue UAV can help you survive even further. Even the Nero from the opponents is not denying them of putting them up. But let's welcome our MVP right now. It's Alan Q with that Coda, J Beebs, Joseph, as well as Alvaro. Definitely the bomber of the team, but he is also rushing in with an M590.
My goodness me, what a game, man, for these survivors. And this is the best case scenario for Blue. They were trying to see if or not they can climb the leaderboard just purely through the survival points, not really going crazy with eliminations, because that's not where they excel at as of this point of time. We haven't seen the supremacy out of them. Even with the booyah, you see Alan, he's the MVP, but not crazy on the damage, not crazy on the eliminations as well as the assist. But you are not looking for crazy games out of Blue. It is the impressive consistency that the squad is able to deliver that has been so impressive. I mean, this guy, rocking the Coda, Aurora Vision, has got the extra intel, J-Beams as well as Joseph to give him the defense that he needs out there on the battlefield as well as the protection. And Alvaro, just in case he wants to play a couple of nades. I mean, like, how crazy of a flex is this guy?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm really loving how well Blue and the rest of the team was playing this one out. And even the final moment, I mean, the movement of Blue is one reason why they survive longer. They know how to stand still. They know how to move around. And even with the accuracy of Mabi, not everyone can be gunned down. They force Mabi to use that vehicle, but this is, especially this final moment, I mean, Alan, troublesome if this happens, wherein there's a lot of teams surrounding them, but they just know how to choose their fight.
Oh, they definitely know how to choose their fights, man. I mean, even Novatos was trying to pick their fight. But Blue just overwhelming them. And I think Blue was very impressive in this fight. Some element of luck going their way as well, but sometimes you manufacture that luck. And that's exactly what Blue has done. With that consistency throughout the day, I think they were the most deserving team in that circle for the Booyah, even though they were competing with Novatos for it. And Novatos definitely is one of my favorite squads out there. And Novatos managing to overtake Team Blue on that #1 spot through points, thankfully, because of that sheer aggression. So I guess it's the best of both worlds. Both Team Blue as well as Novatos, they get the highlight off of this game.
Yeah, let's not take it away as well from Red Eagles. 21 points in total, 14 elimination, 1 short out of Novatos, and they managed to get top 4 from that battle. Now, this is just something else, because now that we're doing the calculation, how well Red Eagles is pulling this off, top 6, they're part of it. But this is where you that one-liner of yours is happening. No Booyah, no problem for Red Eagle. They are rocking it with the points.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Novatos right at the very top. 4 games, 1 Booyah in hand, 85 points in total. Fox Gaming right behind them after a stellar performance throughout the whole day. Tambris with a double Booyah, 75 points. Zeus Esports still keeping up the pressure. Red Eagle ACD. Oh, man, I'm so damn happy that this is the version we are getting here in the knockout stage. Red Eagle took a while to wind up. I guess they were just too bored. They're like, we're not going to bully these kids so early in the competition. Let's just do it on the final day. In the knockout stage, though, these are no chumps anymore. You don't need to give anybody any face. In fact, if you don't grab your chances, they are going to run away with it. Red Eagle knew that. A team that did not realize that was Rosario Central. They slept on the competition, and the competition ran away. 5 Stars and T-Rex could not keep up with the heat that the top 6 brought in this time round.
Yeah, exactly. Being pushed into 7 and 8, especially for Rosario Central, down in their 3rd page. So this is great move by some of the teams right here to understand what needs to be done. Get in a lot of points early into this game and secure your spot. And from the way I'm looking at it, if the top 5, top 6 will continue this on in every game day that they have, then they will be in a safe spot, and it will just be a battle at the bottom. And we did see at the bottom, or mid to bottom in there, T-Rex, 5-star, Rosario Central is part of that mid. So we know for a fact they can make a comeback.
No doubt at all, Neptune. Making a comeback is definitely on the plate here for these squads. But what is the concoction going to be on that day? What's the name of this mocktail? All right, when we head on in there to grab a drink, what sort of a power bomb are these squads going to throw into the mix? Because we've got the engagement between the top squads of the competition that are taking each other out prematurely, allowing the mid-carders as well as the underdogs to jump into the fray, to get a little bit of points, to stay alive in the competition. But you never know when one of these monsters are just going to get pissed off and say like, okay, you know what, enough. I am taking my points right now. And then they're going to go all out with it. I'm looking forward to a time like that. But I have to say, Blue, props to them. Out of 4 games, again, just repeating what you emphasized earlier, because I think it's so very important, right?
Yeah.
75% top 3 rate. Blue definitely deserved that final Booyah of the day. Very well deserved. But the weakest team when it comes to the eliminations in the top 8. Blue has got the lowest number of eliminations when you compare them up against the other 8 teams, which is ridiculous. 35 placement points out of them.
Yeah, they even beat Tambres, who got 2 Booyah. So let's see on what else they can get into the play on to tomorrow. But that is it, AJ. 6 matches, 6 awesome matches for today, 6 more for tomorrow to complete the whole week. But we'll have to say goodbye. And for everyone right there, hopefully you see us. We see you tomorrow, because we'll be right back for more FFUSC.
Take care.